All right, we are back. We have the party split, as is always best to do in a D&D session.
Only partially. Pathfinder.
I'd say, if I can take descriptive license here, you guys were able to spend the night. The only thing you thought was abnormal was that there was no night sounds in the group closest to the tree. There was no shuffling of creatures in the underbrush, or birds chirping or insects fluttering about. The group that was still left behind heard the normal nightly sounds.
We're in another dimension. Point. So the normal nightly sounds are just smooth jazz.
Is that constantly playing while you're trying to sleep?
Yes.
Oh my goodness. How did the pups like it?
Probably didn't. I think puppies like jazz. They growl kind of constantly.
Dogs have the ability to understand how music works.
It's not freeform.
I do take 20 over the night, making explosive arrows.
Alright. You rolled a 20, you say?
I take 20.
Okay. I still would like you to roll.
No, taking
so
20
take
means
20.
I pass.
Oh. Okay.
Because that's a 36.
Perfectly fine. How many do you make?
I'm assuming, Zool, how many did you tell me you wanted?
Don't get crazy here.
I will say, they're like 25 gold apiece.
Okay,
Yeah.
well, money's not an issue
that
right now. I'll cough that up. That's not that big of a deal. Get me, if you can do, 7.
Alright, that takes me an hour and 10 minutes.
Okay. Oh, okay. In that case, can I have 10? Not that much
Takes
more.
me a little longer.
Okay. That's plenty.
Minus that gold, and it's yours.
25. There's 250 gold.
Yes.
That's like penny change.
I do have
Save.
another arrow type you might be interested in.
And what arrow type is that?
It's a pheromone arrow.
Stab somebody with it.
An aramone, you might say.
Wait a second.
Wait.
Is this like cherub's?
Cherub Cupid?
Cupid's arrow?
No.
What type of pheromones?
Since you are able to smell very well, you would gain a +2 attack bonus on enemies that are hit by pheromone arrows.
Doesn't seem very useful.
And also, I think it would be like melee combat.
Possible. But he is going to attack things, bite things with
I think
claws.
Is it anybody or just specific beast-like people?
Anyone who's hit by the arrow.
Anyone who's hit by the arrow, you just get a bonus to. Anybody gets a bonus to?
No, you gotta be
Well,
able
if
to
you
smell.
have the smell ability.
Oh.
Okay, yeah, I'll take like just do 4 of
Wait,
those.
is he stabbing himself to get this bonus?
No. Whenever
The thing
I
he hits.
Oh my goodness. I was like,
You target something with the arrow, and then it's stinky, so he can smell it.
okay,
so
I get
when
it.
I'm in melee range, I can I get a +2 to it. Yeah, sure. I'll get like 4 of those.
60 gold.
Okay, 60 gold it is.
Each? Or total?
No, it's 20. It's 15 each.
Okay.
So 11 explosive arrows total, and then 4 pheromone arrows.
So, Victus, you do indeed have that little vial of the consolidated blueberry juice and hallucinogenic juice.
Well, the blueberries we were turning into jam.
Okay.
We haven't cooked them yet, though.
No, we haven't cooked them yet. We need a fire to do that. So we just have to put a blueberry in the back of the...
Okay, so the distilled one you have. And did you make something with moss and fungus?
I made a flash file.
Okay.
mushroom grenades.
Essentially.
So this bottle of hallucinogenic juice...
it's strong stuff now that you've consolidated it.
So how powerful is like something that would affect one person? So how much would it take to affect one person?
Probably a couple drops.
Yeah, I was going to say probably a couple drops. I want to give you an exact number of drops, though. 6 drops would be if they ate the whole berry.
Okay.
So instead of eating the berry the size of your head, you just put 6 drops into their drink, and they're seeing flying monkeys and mushrooms
so many
on
colors.
Yeah, so many colors.
How many drops can I get out of this?
Out of a small vial. 10 uses.
Okay.
So that would be 60 drops. I don't know.
10 use.
It's a small vial.
With the also I should say with the pheromone arrows, it's +2 to attack and +2 to damage.
Hallucinate.
+2 damage, okay.
Yes.
I don't know if you guys know this, but LSD really helps with sleep.
Oh my.
Helps a lot of things.
Well, I don't need this sleep.
Soul searching.
Wait, I thought... So you're not in the space, are you? You're actually with these guys.
Yes.
Oh, so I don't even get this stuff until like the next day.
Yeah.
Okay.
You can still write down the
But I made
stats.
them.
But I made them.
Because I'm sitting in a carriage with nothing else to do.
Alright, so I guess we take a rest.
Does anything happen during the night that people want to make note of because either they don't sleep or they are re-praying their spells? Or
I can sleep in my armor now, so I do that, I guess.
I'm going to take note of something.
all right.
A while ago, Atlas picked up a spell book from one of the fallen wizards who were fighting at the tree incident.
I remember.
I'd like to go through that spell book.
Does that mean I have to come up with the spells?
Yes.
Wasn't it mostly burnt?
It was partially burnt.
Who gave that spell book?
I gave that spell book.
Do you have the list of spells?
No, because it was mostly burnt.
Okay.
It was like 3 pages left.
So just come up with 3 kind of weak level 1 spells, and then Joe will look at it and be like, I'll take them anyways.
It's all summon instrument.
Different kinds of instrument.
Can
Summon
they-
flute, summon cello, summon marimba.
Level 1 spells? I'm just going to choose from the spells that Morgrim had.
Shaman spells, it seems.
Oh!
You can't put shaman spells in spell books.
I can't. Dang it. All right. I was going to say, that's the only spells I can look up real quick.
I'll
You got
pull
it?
up some spells.
Yeah, that would be like, their instructions would just be like, alright, you gotta make a circle.
Guess what's happening? I can
Ground.
describe.
Just do some spirit stuff.
All right, go ahead.
So, since Zool is having this whole entire thing with the becoming a werewolf and also still his religion, he tries to pray while holding the his symbol.
The gold one that you just received?
The silver one. You haven't received the gold one yet. So what he does...
Silver was with you guys.
Yep. No, I have the silver one.
I know, but you...
Oh, so silver's with us.
Well, after the battle, there was all that communication.
I thought he went over.
Atlas going back and forth. I'm sure that took some time. It only took him less than an hour.
What?
Yeah. It's pretty
So I would say he just traded you for it, and
Yeah,
plus
sure.
the gold piece to
How
make
about that
it.
then? So I pray with the gold one.
I was going to say, do you really want me to give you damage right now? Because I'll do it.
I have healing spells and about
Hands
the...
burn off.
I don't think it was going to be that bad.
2 holes in your hands.
Anyway, so I pray along those lines, trying to figure that out and trying to figure out the 3 questions.
All right, what's the letter you write to your government? Let's hear it.
Is that what praying is?
For
So
him.
praying to the elven court.
It's been debated about
Just write letters.
where it was.
And thus I say unto you.
So I'm going to say something along the lines of, still waiting to hear word on what's going on over in Fathomel with gathering for war. Over here, I've become a werewolf, and they need to know. It's like,
Jesus.
Really dropping that.
yep. What is the next plan of action? Taking care of pups and no. I don't say that. Don't say that. I'm making this stuff up on the fly.
You can just give the gist. You give an update on your current situation.
Yeah, I give the update on the current situation, ask for further orders, and
I will say, based on the distance of the other letter was sent across the sea, it's probably the letter you sent while we were traveling is probably maybe just reaching the other island now.
I thought the prayer was you pray to, because since they're divine.
Well, I'm explaining the first letter you sent. You gave to the sailor who took it across the sea.
There's literally sending letters, and then there's praying for spells.
Yeah,
Praying for spells. He prays in the format of a letter.
I know. I'm letting him know that his letter that he sent way back when he gave it to the sailor about you asked about the Elven Court and the war way back when we were still in Port Nova, because I remember this. I'm saying that's probably still just physically arriving at the Elven area.
All right.
I was giving you an update on that.
So, anyways, I pray for my spells.
Okay, you received them.
The intact spells you find are Scrivener's Chant, which allow you to make the quills, matching quills that create. You write on one page and another page gets written on by another quill.
Oh.
It's a level 0 spell.
Really?
Adhesive Spittle. Range 15, target one creature. Reflex Partial. During the spell's duration, which is 1 round per level or till discharged, you can spit a viscous liquid as a standard action, which functions as a tanglefoot bag, except you do not have to make a successful attack roll to hit your target.
I know that one.
You already know that one.
That was in your book.
Was it?
An Air Bubble. One creature or...
I know that one too.
Alright.
So that was that 0 level spell. What'd you call that one?
Scrivener's Chant.
Scrivener's Chant.
Written by Bartleby.
So, do you spend the night learning that one spell, Atlas?
I spend approximately 30 minutes learning the spell.
All right, so be it.
What a good book.
He rips that one page out and is like, "Yeah."
I was looking through, I was trying to find stuff that yeah, they would kind of use this, and I was like, Scrivener's Chant, he might like that.
I was talking about Bartleby's script.
Oh.
I mean, technically, I already know
It's
this
a bad book.
because it's a. I don't know.
There's a guy who uses a scrivener named Bartleby.
Chronicles of Secrets.
And I'll let you be able to cast, what do you call it? The spell that you tried to learn
Oh, Wish.
by last session.
You should do it.
Oh, the
See
one.
invisibility, you can now use normal spell slots for that as opposed to one higher.
Okay. So he had invisibility in his book, I guess.
Yeah.
Sure.
I'll attempt to make a couple pellet grenades too.
Pellet grenade?
Pellet grenades.
Yes.
Okay. Does that just
more,
cost your
rockets.
time and some gold to make?
Yeah.
Okay. How many do you make?
I'll make 2. I'll grab some cold iron from Silver. For him.
Does he have cold iron? I thought he had mithril.
I know we have mithril. I know we have silver. I know we have...
I'll take some silver from him.
I'm sorry.
Oh, we gotta be careful of these. Don't throw them near Zool.
Yeah, I don't think we have any iron unless
Or
we
the
melt
children.
his
Or the
knives.
little-
Don't set grenades off near the children as a general rule.
I talked to Atlas to be like, "Hey, Atlas, I know we're sitting up here, and we just got up here, but my griffin's egg is still in my horse, and we have lots of dead bodies down there. Is there any way I can get that griffin's egg back up in here in case my horses gets killed or eaten in the middle of the night?" There's
All
one horse
but
left.
one.
Is there
All but
horse
one.
left? Oh.
And I'm assuming it's gonna be my horse since I'm here.
Atlas lowers the rope down, and the portal opens up.
I go out, I grab the griffin's egg, and I get back into the portal.
How are you going to keep the egg warm while you're in the portal?
Stuff's under his shirt.
Yeah. Well, I have it insulated
Give
right
him
now.
a chance!
Hold on, going back, I had it insulated when we were going through everywhere already on the horse, so I just grabbed the big bundle.
Okay, well, it was against the nice warm horse body.
So I could be against a nice warm me body.
Okay, then simply say you put it under your shirt like Havoc suggested. Thank you, Havoc. Anything else people want to make note of or want to talk to any
Swords.
I don't really need to. Oh, you know what? I'm going to do something. While having a conversation with the driver, I use a sleight of hand check to do a little drop. Just one onto his food.
Sam, will you roll?
Roll something for the guy.
Yep.
13.
Okay.
Plus whatever, probably not much. He's like
For
level
perception.
0 peasant.
He is a level 0 man. I also, and every night, showing him how to use a dagger.
So
I give
you
it, then I take it away.
You're gonna get him high while he's got a knife.
Yeah, look, man. I am neutral.
so you drug this guy.
A little bit. This is 1/6.
Okay. Does he do anything crazy?
It would be a sleight of hand check to stealth.
I didn't come up with this stuff, Morgan.
Right? It'd be,
No, you designed his character though.
He's just some guy.
Okay.
he doesn't have any bonuses to perception.
Okay.
So I don't even need to. If I roll a 1, I'd get a 21. So
All right. The rest of the night, he is no help to you guys at all. He's wandering around, bumping into things, shouting about things. Strong stuff.
Right.
It would be like if he ate a bite of the fruit instead of eating the whole thing.
All right.
He trips for about 2 hours and passes out.
Cool.
Maybe a
You've
little
actually got
less.
60 doses.
Got a lot of doses. That's like casual stuff. I'm assuming it takes a little bit more for somebody to get like gone.
Yeah, I like someone with some gusto.
That wasn't very nice. He has a huge headache the next day.
All right.
And he's severely dehydrated.
I take
I'll make
notes.
him. I'll make him some alchemist kindness.
Oh, what's that do?
It
Eliminates
helps with hangovers.
Oh, good. That's very kind of you.
Here you go. Drink some of this.
Take some notes. Side effects include hangovers.
Okay. Give me some more
Dehydration.
berries.
Oh, can we search around the area for more of those berries?
Absolutely. Let's see. Where are you guys? You are by the tree. Okay. So everything seems normal in terms of the way that the foliage is, the plants are growing. But again, it's very quiet, as though you've passed through some sort of invisible barrier.
I feel like we're being watched.
Of course we are. Birds. The birds.
Did Victus put something in your drink?
No, he just put it in my back.
Yeah, that was like
Oh my.
6 months ago.
Yeah,
Still-
it was a dagger. Repeatedly.
We're turning into a demon.
Yeah, and you stabbed me.
As a demon. You would have wanted it that way if he had taken over.
The wildlife, the plant life here seems to be more lush. I would say that you find some new fruits that you didn't see before. Previously, you saw berries, which were all round and circular and looked about the same. Now you're finding like a pear that is the size of silver. It looks beautiful. It's also like a red skin with like kind of goldy leaves. It's very pretty and ornate.
What do you know about this here pear?
What do I know about this here pear?
Nothing. You've never been this deep in the woods before.
But I do have a 22 knowledge check.
It looks like a pear that's super huge and pretty, and you're assuming that it's going to taste like a pear.
Eat it.
Does anyone choose to eat it? I'm assuming this is the morning now.
I'm gonna save on that.
You're going to feed it to the
But
driver?
instead, what I'm going to do is I'm gonna take out my knife. I'm gonna shape it into a paring knife and get a big old steak sized thing out of it,
Okay.
and you just kind of hold on to that until I can find somebody to purify food and water.
Okay.
Anybody know how to purify food and water?
Not today. Didn't prepare.
Atlas.
He's not there.
Oh,
Also, no.
Atlas. Oh, right.
It's very juicy,
Wait, am I there
but
with you?
if you don't
Am I with you?
package it up, it will dry
Purify
up.
some water? Could you purify this pear steak?
Yeah, he's there.
Thanks. Do you want some pear steak
Where did you get it?
from a pear?
You eat it first, then I'll have some.
All right. I take out a knife and take a big old chunk out of it. Take a bite.
Because you eat pears with a knife. All right.
This is giant.
It's a pretty big pear.
I'm the knife dude. I probably eat everything with a knife.
It's delicious. It's fresh. There's a lot of juice in it. It's not tart at all. The skin isn't tough.
And it's ripping its way through your colon.
Oh yeah.
You feel like you have a lot of energy.
3 times the daily recommended amount of fiber.
Ooh.
They call that the excavation pear.
What is it called? Obsequious excavation? What is it?
Expeditious.
Expeditious excavation pear. This is a good ass pear.
Could you use expeditious excavation to quote unquote remove all the dirt from someone and just make them shit themselves?
I can remove 5 cubic feet
It
of
would have
dirt.
to appear on a pile next to them.
Oh, we could get in so much trouble with this.
Victus, I will make a note that you found this pear on the ground because pears grow high up in trees, and you think that maybe if this fell on someone, it would probably hurt.
We should keep an eye out for falling pears.
God.
I'm quick on my feet, but we need to be careful.
That was my.
I'm really waiting to put to the point where everyone forgets, and then I'll just be like, a pear falls on this person's head.
As the first jazz symphony comes to an end.
Symphony.
Yeah, it's a jazz symphony. That's what these are programmed with. A fifth of Beethoven. We do the last bit of teleporting.
All right. So who would you like to teleport over first?
I'm going to teleport one of the wolf pups
Okay.
and the horse.
Okay.
Is the horse still alive?
Yes, but there's a large chunk out of its neck.
Oh no!
We better put it down, Zool. Tell the kids not to look. Oh, you shouldn't have let the guy with -1 strength do this. It's going to take a few blows.
Wolves, the pups just come up and eat it.
Yeah, wolves.
The horse seems fine, but spooked. Anything that came by, any tracks you see, are all horse size and not house size.
Okay. Cool. Horse
All right,
is fine.
so it's the horse first and one of the kids.
I put the griffin egg back on the horse.
Now you are wearing the belt, and so both belts are now by the tree.
It's true.
That's
okay.
Everybody though, right?
No, I've got a few kids and Zool. And Whistler.
Yeah, guys, I'm still here with Zool.
Oh.
Well, no, because what he would do before he teleports with the next group is give one of the stragglers the belt.
So who do you give the belt to?
One of the kids.
Okay. So kid gets teleported back. Zool, Atlas is teleported there.
All right, now we've got 3 kids. Mm-hmm. I'm gonna put the belt on.
You can transport 3 kids in one shot?
Yeah.
Okay.
And then I'll come back in Zool's place and then take Whistler. So that's 2 more teleports that I have to spend.
Whistler's like dejected on the last. Will, I almost thought you forgot about me.
We're all here because of you.
Yeah, we wouldn't even be here if it weren't for you, Whistler. In this godforsaken forest.
I'm doing it all right time.
Just wait for that fruit to kick in.
I ate a lot of fruit.
What's your next mode of transportation?
Oh my goodness.
Do you want some of this pear?
Is it?
It's a pretty good pear.
I'll have a piece.
I'll try some.
I'd pass
Some
pear.
pear for breakfast.
That's breakfast.
I'd point out purified food and water removes poisons.
This is not a poisonous pear. This is a delicious,
Magical pear.
health-reviving, energy-giving, juicy pear.
Nourishing pear.
I'm gonna grab some more pear and store it.
Sure. This cart has just this random fruit of varying sizes. These potions of anti-magic. 5 wolf
They're
babies.
really important.
Oh my goodness. I love it.
See? How hard was that?
Oh, Atlas. Could you shrink this pear?
It's now a normal pear.
Only if you put this belt on.
Are we all here?
Yes.
Oh, okay. Put the belt on.
Get out of here. All right.
Okay. I pick up the pear
Okay.
and I put it in like a small container.
It is the size of a pinhead.
I was going to say, it's going to be absolutely minuscule. You lose it in your hand. You're like, is that dirt or the pear?
Think about how much food we have. I'm not going to eat it right now.
We could have a really successful fruit business of just collecting fruit, making them tiny, teleporting them back to Porta Nova, and making them huge again.
So how can you decast that spell? Is it you have to be able to see
Dispel
it and touch
magic.
it?
He squishes the pear.
Could we put this pear in something and blow the thing up?
That is gruesome and grisly.
And could we just do this with everything?
Can we just shrink?
Find a
Vicious is
giant ass
happy.
rock and turn it into a small rock and then throw that rock into like a dragon?
Eat this pebble
Objects
dragon.
changed by shrink item can be returned to a normal composition and size merely by tossing them onto any solid surface or by word of command from the original caster. So you chuck it onto a solid surface and then it'll turn into the big
Oh
thing.
man, we need cover.
Yeah, we could do that.
We can get a bunch of cover.
Yeah. There's a lot of things you can do with shrink object.
And also, does shrink object do damage to things when it
No, because it's going to hit them small and then just become big.
But if they have an open mouth and they close, like if we carefully place a shrunk object inside of something,
A sleeping dragon.
a sleeping dragon or a box or something.
What if we take
Here's a
like
cool
a
thing.
gargantuan boulder, we shrink it to
Yeah.
like the size of a fist-sized rock, and turn that into arrowheads, and then shoot someone with the arrow, and then unshrink the arrowhead?
Yes.
Shrink item can be made permanent with a permanency spell, in which case the affected object can be shrunk and expanded an indefinite number of times, but only by the original caster.
Oh,
One of my original thoughts when gathering this spell was just to like get like rocks and fly up and drop tiny pebbles and then just turn them into big rocks and make them crush things.
Either way, I'm gonna look for a log, like a fallen massive tree log.
Oh my goodness. From one of the... Okay.
Yeah.
Give me a nature check. Just or perception. Just look around.
Perception.
Yeah.
Then I got a.
I can only shrink something that's 22 cubic feet,
Oh,
which is still pretty damn big, but
that's
the size of this room.
yeah. We'll see.
You're not.
I got a 35.
I was gonna say for a log to be this short, that'd have to be a pre-cut log.
You can change its size, but that one of these tree logs would not be would be too big. All right, we can just find a giant rock at some point.
Yeah, because that would be
Boulder.
if you turn that into arrowheads. Because I have craft bows, so
cut
but
it?
not really craft.
oh my God, the pellet grenade.
Oh my.
Can you make the pellet grenade bigger?
No, but you could make the pellets inside the grenade shrunken boulders. Because then it goes off, and then there's all these rocks falling and hitting the ground and turning into boulders. That's absolute
awesome.
chaos.
We need a tank. Because then we can do the handcuff thing. Just have a tank around your neck.
Anyway,
Speaking of
can
arrows,
we get inside
you
this
go.
mushroom?
No, thank you.
Yes, I was gonna say there's some things that you
I give you the
requested.
gold. Thank you.
Yeah, so now this is your breakfast conversation while eating pear, just discussing shrinking.
Logistics of shrink item. Wow.
Could we physically do that? Well, I mean, okay, so craft bows, craft carpentry, and craft... Okay, so technically I still can't make arrows.
That'd be craft fletching.
Yeah.
I can craft an arrow.
You can craft an arrow?
No, I can craft a weapon.
Weapon? Because we just need crude arrowheads out of those big boulders, and when it
Make
hits...
a hammer. A sledgehammer. Where you swing it overhand, and then right at the top.
Because when it hits something solid like an armored beetle, it's going to turn into a really big rock. You just plow into the damn thing.
I question the feasibility
I
of...
think it would pop.
No.
It'd hit with the light amount, and
Yeah.
then become big.
Yeah.
So
Which
this
still-
is really good for cover.
I question the
And dropping things,
feasibility of me crafting an arrow out of a rock that immediately turns huge when I hit it.
That's right. That's right.
So you just have to carve a really big arrowhead.
You'd have to
and
carve a
Yeah,
giant arrowhead.
we got a stone shape.
Yeah, I can stone shape.
Stone shape
Yeah.
a giant arrowhead and
Oh,
shrink
can you
it.
just stone shape, and it just kind of makes stone?
It doesn't make stone,
You have to shape a certain amount of stone.
but I can cast Wall of Stone, which makes stone.
Is that permanent?
Yes.
So that's just a better spell for making cover.
That's true.
No, it's because it's cover at the cost of a 5th level spell. This would be cover at the cost of a 3rd level spell that I cast up to
Already.
11 days ago.
So these are saved up. The
Yeah.
normal spells.
Now, here's the next question. So when the arrow strikes a solid surface, it's actually embedded into the object, and then it expands. Wouldn't that, like, blow something apart?
There is no
Probably
ruling
not.
in the spell about if it can expand or if it can't.
What we could do is give you a large number of objects to drop on things, and then right when you drop it, you just hit it with your hand.
I can just say the command word.
Oh, you could just say the command word. For us, we'd have to just hit it with it. Either way, I think. Do you want to do this wall stone thing right now and just make it like a big block of stone and shrink it?
Like a 22 cubic foot block of stone.
It's just a 22 cubic foot block of stone.
Is that the most practical block that we could make? Or should we make like a shape, like a little house? A little house with like little vents.
It depends on what we want to do with it.
Let me just see how much stone I can make with the wall of stone.
All right.
5 foot square per level.
11 5-foot squares.
It's 55 square feet.
55
So
square
I could make two shrink items worth of size.
So we can make a stone
And
house.
and a tasteful statue afterwards.
Yes.
Do you want to make?
And a tasteful leftover
Do
statue.
you want to make a house that will shrink, and then just a block that will shrink? And the block will be a weapon, and the house will be
You
basically.
can still drop a house on somewhere.
I think we could drop a house inside.
And then everybody else piles inside the house.
The house is good for like we need a place to be. We need a place to sleep.
Well, there's rules for dropping things. You don't do a ton of damage when you drop something.
They probably because in previous editions you could just kind of do this.
What if you shrink a person? No, okay, no, never mind.
gotta be an object.
Yeah.
You?
Also has to be 22 cubic feet, so...
Alright,
At least I've got this this pair, which I could just fucking pair out.
You guys hungry? I don't know why they included striking it on objects,
It's really good though.
because that definitely feels like it's ripe for abuse.
Because I could make like something that's a rod, like a small stone rod, and then just go like slam it against a table and jump back, and a giant rod of stone would appear. I don't know what I'd use it for, but like
climbing?
I guess a tiny ladder, tiny stone ladder.
Hey, well let's take a look at this big magic tree, or the direction thereof, anyway.
Are we right in front of it?
We're like on the outskirts of its domain.
All right. So, do you try moving forward through this very quiet area of the woods?
I smell around.
Okay.
Keep your nose on the swivel.
You smell moist soil. Your sweaty companions that have not bathed.
Gross.
Yes, everything is damp. You have still unsuccessfully made a fire.
Atlas,
You
hit me with some perfume.
you do smell some rust. Having been in the having been in the rainforest, those of you who have armor, it's starting to not like never being dry, so you're starting to smell some rust on your companion's armor.
It's well oiled.
I suggest maybe just giving it a quick re-oil.
Do you have magic armor on?
Yeah, that's right. I do have immaculate.
Yeah, you don't need to worry.
Mine is magic as well. So.
Mine is magical. Does anyone have non-magical armor?
No.
Okay, then you don't smell rust.
We've gone way past that point.
Yeah, we've reached a point where it's just like, if it's not magic, it's not.
Useful.
It's not us.
Do I smell anything that's different than where I was before?
You smell
I mean, I smell the pears, so that's different.
old paths of a lot of mammals, but nothing like sitting near you like a squirrel on a log or anything.
Okay. All right. Also, take a look up in the trees.
Okay. Again, because it's so quiet, everything's very still. There's no wildlife here in this aura of some sort of spiritual wall.
But can we get through the wall physically?
You're standing in it. That's why you can't hear anything.
Oh, okay. Let's go a little deeper.
Okay.
I will spearhead the charge, I guess. I'm good. We'll take point.
Walk forward.
Okay. You walk about a mile, and all of a sudden, it's like leaving a fog. Noise hits your ears again. Birds chirping, rustling in the forest. The wind is blowing again. You can hear your companions' clothes shuffling about. It's almost like being hit in the face because the noise comes back. You're hit with so much smells. There are feathers and down and cloths and perfume and cooking and animals. What?
Wet feathers?
No, dry feathers. It is also surprisingly dry. You don't feel wet or dewy anymore. The ground is now actually firmer underfoot. It's not wet and muddy.
So like the Gungan bubble.
Very much like the Gungan bubble. I didn't even think of that before this. And you're hit with light and movement and sounds. And it seems at first as though you're in a bustling street. Except there are no houses. And
there's nothing around us.
There's no people.
I think all the birds are above us. I look up. Do I see anything?
Above you is a bustling city in the treetops. You see hanging nests. You see nests woven into branches, all of them beautifully colored with kind of like jewelry or bedangles, colored cloth, woven into them. Bangles, yeah. Smells of people cooking. There's movement of people walking as though on these bridges, tying these little structures together. There's nothing really on the floor. Everything's very clean on the forest floor where you guys are, but all of the life is above you in the treetops.
That means they have indoor plumbing?
Below them.
We are below them, and they are birds.
Is that a serious question?
Somebody
I'm just telling you, whenever I held a bird, I've always been pooped on. So every single time.
Well, if Zulasiris would like to follow his nose, he finds that there are a couple trees that are hollow that go deep underground as well that seem to be
poop holes.
The lavatories.
Okay, cool. So
don't birds not have the ability to hold it in? They just kind of have to go.
These are Tengu magic birds.
They've got
Why don't you go up and see what kind of birds they are?
All right. Do we make a big show of arriving, or do we try and do this surreptitiously?
We should find an elevator.
Well, what are we looking for now that we're here?
Sorry, Dr. Pickens, you were spoken over by Griff. Give it another go.
Would anyone like some roasted duck?
Do you have roasted duck?
We could.
There's no ducks here. Anyway,
There's no ducks here.
So what were we looking for?
I imagine we're looking for someone who knows how to perform the ritual.
Yeah, so we can probably find some people. Atlas, do you want to fly up there and try to find somebody?
Are we just going to trust them? I mean, we are still invaders.
We're bringing one of their fallen comrades.
They don't know that.
We can bring a Selkie along.
We do have a Selkie.
Grab a Selkie.
She has a name.
I've never talked to her.
Silver has like his arm protectively around Sylvia. She has a name.
Around her knees.
Sylvia, would you be willing to be our diplomat for this?
Liaison.
Our liaison?
I don't see why not. I don't know any of these birds personally.
Well, they know your species. They're like friends with your species, aren't they?
They're friends with my mother.
Just pull out the mummified corpse of Morgan.
Yeah, right. Just
Got it.
parade that through town.
Oh,
They
man.
probably trust you more than they trust an elf, a hobgoblin.
An elf werewolf.
What's that supposed to mean?
I don't know. I've heard stories.
Humans.
Also,
We don't kill ravens.
have you washed recently?
We've been in a damp forest. That counts as a wash.
I also just gave him a spritz of cologne.
Yeah, but you can see look at how red my eyes are.
There's like moss growing in his hair.
I'm gonna roll a dex save to block my eyes.
Uncanny dodge.
Oh, natural 20.
Uncanny dodge.
Evasion.
I take no damage.
Very tricky.
Oh my goodness.
All you do is close your eyes. Why didn't I think of that?
It was my 20 for the night.
Yup.
God damn it.
Are any of you guys trying to be quiet, or are you speaking in normal voices?
Dr. Hippocampus is not quiet.
Yeah, we're just gonna talk a bunch.
Get down here and welcome us.
We also have a big cart coming along.
We come with the fallen comrade whom we'd like to fucking Hey!
Squish, squish, slosh.
Yo, birds!
In a flurry of feathers, you are quickly surrounded by what is clearly a crow, an eagle, and the most ornate bird you have ever seen.
It's a quetzal.
It's blue and gold and purple with a golden beak.
I'm
This
assuming these are like humanoid birds.
just picture Morgrim, but as different bird species. The crow and eagle are on either side of you, and this beautiful gold ornate
Ornate.
bird
That
with
sounds like a bird.
with a huge tail that trails behind them lands in front of you.
A warbling teak-tailed bird.
Oh, it's a sneaky dick grabber.
How about this? I step forward and I explain to them that
Do you speak Tengu?
I do.
no, I don't. I tried doing this in common.
You want me to translate for you?
Yes, if you say my exact words, you might be able to get the diplomacy check.
I'm the human sacrifice. I'm sorry.
Everybody gets +2 diplomacy.
I have a 15 to diplomacy.
Oh, I have a 12, so you go.
Okay.
That was a touch attack. A touch spell.
Yeah, I'm right there.
I walk forward and with a sweep of my... Do I have a hat on?
Do I?
I don't think I do. I have fancy clothes in my pocket.
In your
Hold on, let me
pocket.
change.
Currently I'm dressed up as a monk, like I always am. I do a sweep of my arm with a flourish, and I say, "We come to you in dire need. I am Victus Gulf of the Church of Rictus. And my friend here," and I point towards the bag,
Oh my god!
is Morgrim. She was cut down by some assailant. And we've come back to bring her back. In more ways than one. We're bringing her back here.
You had him. You came in so strong.
It was very
Ever
good.
heard of a funny joke?
Anyone know what they're saying?
With the clashing of metal.
What would you call this corpse? More grim.
We've never been more depressed about it.
Oh man,
A great first impression.
that's fine. With a great clashing and banging.
Clamping.
Yeah.
Gnashing of beaks.
This beautiful blue and gold and purple bird with the long tail speaks with its metal beak and says, "You bring us the body of Morgrim."
Is this in English? And this is in common or in Tengu?
This is in Tengu.
Okay.
To you.
You bring us the body of Morgan?
If you had not said so, I would have slain you on sight.
What?
I genuinely laugh.
Do you speak Tengu?
No, I don't. You're right. I don't
I
genuinely laugh.
translate them.
then I genuinely
It's
laugh.
a delayed laugh. I love it.
It's like a good 5 seconds later.
Atlas, he's not preaching the laws of Rictus, is he?
No.
What?
Oh, good.
Aren't you listening?
I
I
understand
say,
what he's saying.
well, that's good, because neither of us want that to happen.
He taps his talon encrusted toes. Clearly a metal talon encrusted toes. And motions his two comrades over. The eagle and crow chirp with him a minute, and they break. The eagle addresses you in common. Welcome. I'm glad that you would travel such a far way to bring us back one of our own. While we are in disagreement, I would like to welcome you to the world of the Tengu.
Does music start playing?
No.
The camera zooms up into the CG birds flying everywhere.
World of Tengu. It's just a fucking amusement park. These are all people in costume.
Oh my goodness.
Just people in costumes waving their arms, but they're still flying.
Y'all get the popped chicken and some french fry. $22.
John, come on. You know that this is a fancy place. You're
There's a
getting
tax.
deep fried chicken wings.
Oh my goodness.
With bones.
I cast comprehend languages on myself.
That's good.
Even though you speak common?
You said they
They
speak.
didn't just suddenly switch to speaking in common.
Wait,
The eagle did.
the eagle did? Oh, I thought you said that was in Tango.
Then we would have all been like, oh, what?
The peacock was speaking Tengu. There you go. None of you were getting it. The
I
eagle
got it,
spoke
but I'm not
common.
supposed to say anything.
Yeah, because you helped me design these
I helped
characters.
design these characters.
I do it on myself
Where's
anyways.
the peahen?
That's fine.
Yeah.
All right, so the eagle continues that this is unique circumstances that you have come to visit us. Would it be okay if my friend here, and he motions to the crow, searches your cart?
The cart?
The cart.
Sure.
You're going to find a lot of anti-magic potions.
You're going to find a lot of anti-magic potions. We have them just in case because we've been running into rifts. And we're not a big fan of rifts.
I have a couple kids back there too.
You wouldn't happen to have any rifts that we're threatening, are we?
No rifts here. The closest to us belong to the hobgoblins. The eagle eyes havoc.
The glacier acknowledges our southern neighbors.
Nods back. Do any of you have any issues?
Right. Yeah. Yep.
Do any of you have any issues with
Definitely affiliated with
the raven looking through? Because all right,
I don't have
so
anything fancy.
Don't take my anti-magic
he
potions.
I have all
pokes.
my weapons on me.
No, he pokes his head in. He looks around, just make sure that there's like that you are who you say you are. Just looking you up, not going through any of your stuff, not asking for any of your weapons.
Grenades a little further down my pocket.
He is, however, very interested in anything shiny that you guys have. For example, like if you have your new
He starts picking
My-
at your chest.
My gold thing is actually in a pouch on my side.
Okay, does anyone have anything shiny and out? I mean,
My
I know
armor is
Volley
shiny.
does, but
Got a shiny shield.
shiny
Got
shield.
rings.
He admires himself in your shield, and he looks at your rings.
I have a fine painting that we stole from the fucking
From the college?
no the
Oh, from that party.
no it was from the guy that I murdered because I misheard.
That's
him.
right, the mayor.
The mayor.
Oh my god.
I whipped the painting off the wall.
Not the painting with like, this is your brother and your father.
Not that one.
Not that one.
The crow offers you, Griff, 500,000 for the sword.
Sold.
So you pass Nova over. Do you seriously do it?
It comes back, doesn't it?
Oh!
I don't think you can let go of it, can you?
Oh!
No,
Can he?
doesn't.
I was gonna say he can't let go.
Doesn't come back. Volley sword comes back.
That's right. It's Volley's sword that comes.
All right.
Do you do it?
That's a thing.
No.
No. Okay.
Do it.
Yeah, he says maybe another time and joins the eagle and the peacock. I am Brokebeak. The peacock addresses you finally. His common is very rough, as though he reluctantly learned it his whole life, and he doesn't like using it.
Spoken harshly.
You shouldn't have
Spoken-
spent so much money on all that gold encrusted beak stuff.
He removes his beak to show you the torn off scarring all across his face where there is no beak left. He puts it back on. It wasn't a choice.
Well, you could have got like wood or something cheaper.
Yeah, you could try.
Steel would be stronger.
Not as heavy.
I look at
Not as heavy.
Atlas and be like, if you ruin this, man, I'm gonna cast silence on you.
Can't you heal?
I can heal. I can't heal. I can't
that's
regenerate
what
body
would be
parts.
Regeneration.
Yeah.
Gonna regrow.
If you try to silence me, Zool, I'll destroy you.
Do it.
Oh my.
Brokebeak laughs
with a
at you
smile.
bickering.
I don't even need to use words to cast spells, Zool.
Oh.
Be careful, Zool.
I've read Aragon.
No, it's silent spell. It's a meta magic. It's magic about magic. Meta.
I don't know anything about magic.
I say this is.
Cast ghost sound.
That's a spell one.
You should silence him.
I think he gets the hint.
I don't think he did.
No, but I say we need to get Morgan's
Up, up.
more Grimm's body back, and we can't afford to.
It's right here. A little
We
bag.
got the body.
Yeah, but
We can't afford to anger these people.
Broke bird.
Brokebeak.
Beak. We're looking for... Who's got the quill?
Archer does.
Pretty sure you have. Oh, he took
Quill.
Here we go. Let's scroll through my old messages. A ceremony, a ritual. The August, the fall, the seasonal ritual. What's it called?
Morgrim was a shaman of great skill and power. Morgrim was a shaman.
Yeah, that's more appropriate.
She died at like level 5.
6.
A Brokebeak closes his eyes as though praying for patience. Fall equinox. Atlas. Fall equinox.
You guys really hit it off. There's a lot of messages here.
I got bored.
We are fully aware of what the ritual entails.
Please send nudes.
It's just that message over and over again.
Just a sketch.
Yeah, it's not a photograph.
Don't look at that.
It's private. How do we get up?
You mean to our city?
You just fly.
He's fly.
Unless the ritual happens on the ground.
No, the ritual, as all rituals do, here,
Yes.
occurs in the mother tree.
Hang on.
I'm going to make an assumption that's a big tree.
This will be a nice little stealth check to try and whisper as quietly as I can.
I think it'd be bluff.
If he's doing sound versus lying, it would be
just an 11, but
Don't take out the axe. Keep it in.
Well, I'm assuming the autumnal equinox is not here yet.
It is about 2 months away.
Jesus, that's a really long time.
Well,
It was only going to be a couple of weeks if you had traveled by cart. I got to change things up a bit, guys.
I have 2 things to ask. First,
Only 2.
Stop looking at those messages.
we were told that the requirements for the ritual required a secret ingredient. We have the selkie skin egg. We have
As
the
I
tree of
see.
life juice.
no, I'm just holding the bag.
Oh, okay, I wasn't
the
sure.
entire egg.
Okay, good.
We have and she's coated in the
Tree of
lifeblood,
life.
the tree of life juice, and we also befriended a friendly phoenix. You guys might know.
We've got the down. We've got fistfuls of down.
We got a shit ton of down,
You will need it.
but we were told that there was a secret ingredient,
Or at least another one.
some other ingredient, and our compatriot did not know.
There is always a 4th ingredient. And there is, of course, the ritual.
So, what's the 4th ingredient? I thought that was an assumed question. But
What's
it's
the 4th
important to
element?
ask.
He raises an eyebrow. A sacrifice, of course.
You seem to know a lot. Will you be performing the ritual?
No, I can't. I do not know the deceased.
Then why are we listening to anything that he says?
I don't know.
Let us
What
up
kind
into
of
your city.
sacrifice? Have you done it before?
I have not reached the age of ascension.
Do you know what kind of sacrifice? Is this a general, like, I gotta slit my own throat?
Oh, jeez.
Or is this like a...
You will have to ask the crone.
Mad Maggie?
Oh, we should have asked her that. Shit.
Damn. I'll go back.
Hold on.
For now, let us bring you in, get you dried off.
Do you have an elevator or something? You got a cart.
He's like done with you at this point. He's used up all of his 10 words for your pitiful existence. He kind of gives you a shrewd look and says, "I'll leave them in your hands," and flies off, making a big show of it, like preens and then lifts off and like holds and then flies the rest of the way
It's
up.
really clumsy because he's heavy and laden with gold. And it's like, peacocks can't really fly anyway.
They can't, guys. They can't. Okay.
I whispered to the eagle who pooped in his tail feathers, huh?
I say out loud, what a douche.
Brokebeak is... Don't use him to judge the rest of us.
I'm assuming somebody who was not a Tengu broke his beak.
No, he spent all his money, and so he's broke. I made that joke earlier.
It's just a coincidence that...
Oh, I thought it was because he was fancy. He was a baroque beak.
A baroque beak.
Ah.
So now baroque is a thing in the world. Okay.
You know, the famous...
Rococo beak.
Talon, the eagle, extends his hand.
I'll shake it.
He nods. We enjoy doing trade with your kind.
I'm sure you do.
I reach to shake his hand.
I will immediately let him stir my face.
I shake his hand as well.
Well met. The eagle will lead you further into the city.
I don't want to be the other one.
Is there like a lift?
Yeah, I'm getting there. Okay. So if you guys choose to look around, you can see from below, again, a lot of colorful fabrics and items, lots of shiny, if you will, and a lot of other species of types of birds, all clearly Tengu, but you see red birds, blue birds, yellow and black, ones with red feathers. Some have painted colors of their feathers. You might see a full blackbird, but then he's painted a design on his back. Maybe it's a dove who's done black painting. But clearly there's a lot of ornate designs.
There's bird blackface.
There's what?
No, like designs using black ink.
Oh, did you
They
know?
must have good shoulders. They can reach all back there and do that.
I assume, yeah.
It's like a bird version of tattoos.
You eventually
Or
reach...
henna, because Morgan.
You eventually reach a redwood tree, and there's stairs that circle all the way around the edge of it, all the way up into the
I was
canopy.
really hoping for like a winch thing, so that we could play instruments while the thing was going up.
So
For elevator music.
I was getting there. There is a winch on the other side, but it can only hold, I would say, like a cart and a person, or a cart and maybe 2 horses.
I don't think we're bringing them up.
The carts and the
We
horses.
probably could.
We do have stables, but it's best not to leave things on the ground.
Okay.
So you guys get a lot of visitors then. You have stables, you have stairs.
We are an accommodating species.
You know, despite being fucking remote.
Yeah. Quite rude. Birds can have disabilities.
Brokeface was rude.
His name's just going to be altered through the whole thing. So glad we changed it, though. Thank God.
Yeah.
Nope,
We
don't
should
even.
name
Don't
their
put it on
bird
recording.
Shitface.
Neckhole was a weird bird name.
Well,
Cloaca Claude was not so great.
oh my goodness.
I don't even remember what the name was originally.
Cloaca Steve.
All right.
As we're walking through, I'm going to use my elf ears and kind of listen in to see if anybody's muttering anything insulting towards us, since now I can understand.
Well, it's
Tengu.
only you guys on the ground floor.
You said we were seeing all the,
You can look up into the
They're like
stories
a
above
mile
you.
up.
Okay, so this house, if made into a woven nest, would be like this big looking up into the canopy above you. It's way, way above you in the top story.
Okay.
But you can still see that there's like buildings and people moving around.
Rope walkways, Ewok style.
Oh, okay. So
Absolutely.
They're not just flying.
No. You can't. They will prefer to always.
Tell me, what is your name, Eagle?
It had to be at least
It was
5th
Talon.
level before they could
Talon.
fly.
Talon.
Oh, I thought that was... Okay. Talon.
I didn't write that down. I should write that down. There it
That
is.
must be like the John of bird culture.
It's like naming somebody Guy.
Hey, what up? My name's Hand.
Or Nail, actually.
We earn our names. I earned mine.
So did Brokehead change his name?
He did when his beak was removed.
What was his name before?
Ooh.
If he caught me mentioning it, I would be in trouble.
Just whisper.
I gotta think of the most feminine guy name I can think of now.
Hubert.
Hey,
Su-
they're cool.
is there could I be like Suzanne?
Susan.
Susan?
It's
Susan.
Sue.
Sue.
Yeah.
Sue.
Boy named Sue.
It was yes, there it is. Sue. But if you tell him I told you, I'll lose my beak as well.
So we just have to allude to it. Like,
I'm gonna sue you. Some sort of a lawsuit.
Oh man, I've got a hole in my shirt and I need to sew it.
Suet is a bird food, guys. Do it. Anyway, the Talon dismisses the crow, who hasn't seemed to have said a word, very unlike a crow, and he immediately flies off into a direction.
Are there any good shops around here, Talon?
we have to wait 2 months.
Yeah. Actually, are you in need of any help, assistance?
Those
Are you in
2
need
months
of
might go
killing
faster
things?
than you think.
Oh, really? We're gonna montage?
Well, you need to create the ritual site. Why don't you come talk to the crone, and we'll go from there.
Fortunately, we have a lumber axe.
Yep.
Unfortunately, I'm the High King of Skyrim.
So, unlike the crow and Brokebeak, Talon actually stays with you and walks up all the stairs. He's being decent. He asks you about your trip and about each of your names and a little bit about you. What do you choose to share? He in return will tell you that he is the mount trainer for the other Tengus here. They actually have some larger things to ride other than birds for when they make long trips. He is in charge of taming some of the larger feral things that walk the ground. And he earned his name by not putting up with any of their skullduggery.
Skullduggery.
All right. What do you share with Talon?
I say that my name's Zool and that
Zool, that's an odd name.
well, I come from across the sea.
Clearly.
He's an elf. The elf said.
Oh yeah, I'm an elf with a beard. That's right.
That's kind of weird.
It is weird.
Belf. Or Welf.
A Welsh elf.
I don't share much information. Just that I'm a war priest of the Great Elven Court. But I don't share much.
Okay. And these are yours? He gestures at the kids around your ankles as they race each other up the stairs.
Howl and then squabble amongst each other.
It was a crazy night.
I look down at the kids and be like, yeah, they're mine.
Who's your daddy?
Really?
I kind of stare like, don't ask questions.
They have your countenance. Oh, please don't be smart enough to know that word.
I got the context
have your
clues.
facial hair.
I could just kind of stare.
Victus?
My name is Victus Gulf. I'm named Victus in accordance with the laws of Rictus. I'm a local business owner. Well, involved in a local business.
Oh my goodness.
And also a devotee, of course, to Rictus, who I wear the... And I start, like, droning on and on about, like, you know, you gotta wear you gotta wear your monk garb, and of course, twice a day you have to face to the west. Say the holy words, which may only be shared.
Keep that going, I'll be right back.
You haven't done that once.
You just don't notice me. It's an internal thing. You like do it in your head.
Which way is west right now?
Survival check. That's a 10.
You rolled a 9. You only got a +1 survival?
No, I rolled a 10.
So you get a +0 survival.
I have +0 survival. I don't have a very high wisdom. A 10.
I think because the sun rising and setting, rest would be
Probably
easy
figure
enough to
that one
figure
out.
out.
North and south is a little tough, but
21. That way.
I can see how you get them flipped up, though. Yeah. Is it that way or
is it that way or that way?
That way.
It's the way the sun goes. That's why you pray to the west. Because that's where
Yeah, come to think of it,
the sun goes.
I don't think any of us have ever seen you pray.
Yeah, you've never done it.
I just might not be. I'm a stealthy dude.
What?
Just haven't been paid.
So you've been praying
What
in
is-
stealth?
He's been watching you for the past, month.
That's weird.
Give us one law of Rictus.
Cinemax.
Thou shalt...
More like Skinamax.
You got it. You got the joke.
You're not allowed to mix your red berries and the blueberries on the eve of the day of Shaldgran.
You just made
I
that
think
up.
you're making that up.
I have memorized every law. There are some very obscure laws.
I gotta tell you, man, that whole religion is a sham.
There are 4% the population.
I thought it was 14.
Oh.
No, it's 4. I know.
You know, the Great Elven
I'm
Court is
part of
looking
the
for more
4%.
followers.
What?
No, the Great Elven Court's looking for more followers.
That's nice.
I'm just saying, you know, never seen you pray, bud. What kind of magic do you get from your god anyways?
Oh, he's not a magical god. He's
So-
a god of the most powerful power in the world.
He does nothing.
So,
Law.
so you get nothing, but he's the greatest one of all.
I wouldn't say. All right.
I wouldn't call him the greatest god of all.
Let's be clear. He may not be the most powerful god.
You just said he was.
No.
You were
he's
hinting
the
at
most
that.
important god.
Right.
Law is the most powerful thing in the world.
Is it though?
So he's important, but he doesn't protect his followers?
We protect. What?
I'm just
saying.
saying. I can heal you right now from the Great Elven Court.
Yeah, and I don't.
I
that's
can-
not what my relationship.
4% doesn't
with
sound
Rictus
very
is.
powerful.
No,
There
not
are
at all.
priests of Rictus who heal people. All right. Well, I don't think
There's priests of every religion that heal people.
most of the priests of Rictus are a little bit more like making themselves into large muscle men.
Hey, Talon, you got any, like, Rictus priests around? You guys ever heard of Rictus?
Actually, Victus, you should visit Yalgul.
God bless you.
Come on, guys, it's a play off of Yago. Go with
Yeah,
it.
we figured that.
What's Yago?
Yalgul.
Rajagul?
Rachel Ghoul?
Ra's al Ghul.
Unlimited life? I'll take it.
I know that guy.
He is our 4%.
By himself.
We have like
20 guys?
yeah, what is 100? What's 4?
He certainly has a lot to
I mean,
say.
25 people. We have a city of 25 people.
Yeah.
No.
Well, we've met 3.
That does make sense.
Yeah.
That's 6. That's 12% we've met so far.
Yeah, there we go. 0.04.
Well, his whole family follows.
Ah, okay. I might need to meet
Yalgul.
Yangu.
Yeah, you might actually learn the rules.
Yalgul. I encourage you to, but be warned, as I said.
I'm sure Baba Goosh is a very nice man.
He has a lot to say.
Nothing important, though.
Is he a
I'm
cockatoo?
He is a parrot.
Close enough. They are quite long-living and quite intelligent, as many followers of Rictus
Like
are.
elves.
Yeah, that's also true. Are
Also,
parrots
evidence
the
to the
elves
contrary.
of the Tengu?
sure. Present company excluded.
I haven't thought to ask. I don't engage him in conversation much.
Although, isn't Dr.
Apparently,
Henry
me
himself-
eating red and blue berries on the last Thursday was a horrible thing.
It's a very hard thing to do.
What happens?
That day only happens once every 10 years.
What happens if you break that law?
You die?
You get executed, of course. Like, come on. Like, 90% of the laws are just execution.
That sounds like
have
a
seen
very
how he
just
operates.
guy. Hey, the Great
Isn't
Elven
there
Court is
some-
hiring.
Don't break the
Isn't
law.
there some law about sex?
No. There are very, well, actually there are. Usually they're like rapey, don't rape.
Except on the 3rd day of the year.
There are actually a couple of situations where you're allowed to rape. It's kind of, they're very specific.
And with that whole Doug,
We usually stay inside.
Did this happen once a year where you can get all your aggressions out for
No,
like
this is,
8
This
hours?
is like once every 100 years.
Okay.
The rape day. The rape day coming.
it's a big party. Victus turns the other cheek.
If it makes you feel better, it's very
Victus parts the other cheek.
it's very equal.
Rictus, rather.
It's very much what's the word? Crosses all boundaries. You know what I'm saying?
The day of
Yeah.
transgression.
He rapes, but he saves.
He
But he
rapes
saves more than he rapes. But he still
saves more than he
rapes.
rapes.
He does save more than he rapes.
If you're only 4% and
Can we
Cut out a lot of it.
who's the next person to introduce?
I think we're there.
How tall is this tree?
It's a mile high, and somebody's just sitting there punching.
And the rest of you are walking.
Yeah, who's the guy who's winch? Is it the horse guy?
Oh no, it's you guys. You gotta.
Oh, whoever's on the thing is doing it.
Who's strong? Probably Whistler, so I don't have to have Whistler and Talon
Yeah,
talk.
Whistler's
It's Whistler doing it,
Tell us about yourself.
and Taza and
Dr. Hippocampus.
the
You
driver.
already know, mate. What am I going to tell you?
You can talk to
talent.
him.
I am very interested to meet a man of the cloth.
Yes.
Oh, Dr. Hippocampus.
Just
He's
met
met
one.
2 already.
Yeah. Technically, we're all priests, but
In fact, he's the least priestly out of all of them.
What are you talking about?
I've saved lives.
Okay.
Hold on.
And you should be
Also ended
commended.
the most.
No, he shouldn't.
I certainly have the most stable hand. I probably do, actually. I might be a better surgeon than you. What?
Whoa, shots
Get out of
fired.
here.
Get out of here! Kick some off the tree with you.
Grapple check.
I bet I'm a better surgeon.
Do I hear a bet?
Or you can just heal with magic. I mean,
Sure. I guess surgery isn't actually that useful.
I thought your court
I
healed you.
finger the great sword.
my power of the court
It
goes
gets
through
off.
me to heal.
Clean that up.
One of these days, Victus. One of these days.
You'll have to catch me first.
That's not too hard.
I cast Spanish.
He's
still right in front of you.
Well, I move.
Alex is just like,
Alice
he's
is just looking at him. Like, I can just see you.
I look at you.
and Zool can smell you out now.
Yeah, I can smell you out.
You smell like
Pinpoint his
Taza.
location, though.
Actually,
Sort of smell
within
his
what, 5 feet?
Within 5 feet, he can.
Oh, so that's why you vanished, huh? Rape day?
We just left that.
Buddy saves.
Behind you, you hear the voice. You'd be fine.
Oh my goodness.
Yes, Dr. Hippocampus, MD, PhD, psychologist, alchemist, extraordinary.
Does it get squared when you have multiple?
I think at this
Is
point,
it PhD with a 4 next to it?
at this point, it's probably tripled.
Yeah.
But yes,
Cubed,
I'm-
you mean?
Hmm?
Cubed?
cubed. Yes, cubed.
Cubed isn't triple.
Cubed works.
Would be 3 at the
Squared,
bottom.
cubed.
3 at the
It doesn't matter, really.
top. Bottom is times 3.
They're all bogus anyway.
Whoa. And I'm the one who's
Hold on.
trampling.
Yeah, that
I
school
start
doesn't
pulling-
have very much credibility.
Yeah, okay, coming from you.
Yeah, that's why that's not my school.
Probably shouldn't have gone to MD school at UMass Dartmouth.
What?
What's UMass Dartmouth? I think
I don't even know what that was a reference to.
I don't either.
I meant to say Amherst, but I wanted to have like a real crap.
Who went to Amherst?
I don't know. That's why
You're
this is a
just
joke.
get out of here. Get out of here.
University of Phoenix.
Trump you.
Trump University. Get an MD at Trump University.
Alright,
Do any of you else share?
I've got a question, actually.
This time, is Talon like having his eyes wide? Like, what did I get myself into?
He's observing the antics.
We've been on the road
unfold.
together for like a year.
Dr. Hippocampus.
clearly stir crazy.
Dr. Hippocampus, I have a question.
What is
Were
that?
you named Dr. Hippocampus before or after you became involved in psychology?
A man with a great name grows up to great things.
I just called you Dr. Hippocampus and you were like, cool, I'm going to roll with it.
Hey?
Because I was not named Rictus at birth.
Your name's not Rictus.
See, I'm basically an embodiment of
What is your name?
Victus.
No, your birth name.
That'll take some more character development.
Zool, join the truth.
God, true, yeah.
Yeah, you can't get off this platform without dying.
We've got him right where we want him.
Should I do it with the Talon guy here?
Fuck him.
What?
I have only ever been honest with you.
Zone of
fools.
truth.
Oh, I don't have to actually answer the question.
No, you don't. That's okay. I get like plenty of those. Lots
Does
of
anybody
those.
have command?
Yeah.
Yeah, I got
Command
command.
him to confess.
No, command is just
Don't you
doing
do it.
something simple.
Yeah, say your real name. Say your birth name.
No,
Is
no,
that simple?
I think command has specific.
Yeah, it's like go here, drop, go prone, stand still, run away, stuff like
Try
that.
me. I could pull out the pair. don't fucking try me, man.
I pull out the great sword.
Which one will win?
I think I might. The great sword starts floating.
Perhaps we should stop by Hopum before we go on to.
How about we let Atlas talk, since the Zone of Truth is going on right
She's
now?
our nurse.
Where does Goulash live?
Yalgu.
Yahoo?
He lives on the eastmost edge. I can take you to him once you've
At a later date.
cleaned up.
Yeah.
Do you share, Atlas?
Oh, yes. Talon. It's nice to meet you. I'm Atlas Blue.
Wait,
One and
well-
only Atlas Blue.
Was it actually nice to meet him, though? Are you actually happy?
Oh,
you don't
the
know.
zone of truth is
The
still
zone of
there.
truth is still.
I got a 27 save.
Oh,
I'll roll, but he's probably gonna be honest with you guys.
yeah, you.
Ooh,
you got it.
natural 20.
Yeah.
No, if anybody got anything above a 15,
What's a save?
15.
Natural 20.
Everybody knows we're all lying. Because we all know whether or not they're able to pass.
I didn't pass.
How do they know?
So only affects
Jules
himself.
No, I think
Oh, wait,
everybody
hold on.
who's in
Actually,
the zone of truth knows
zone
whether or
of-
not the person is being affected.
Yeah.
There's
Yeah.
like zone shit.
It just turns red around the people who are lying.
Hold on, actually.
I'm the treasurer of Portanova. An ambassador.
What?
That's right.
BS.
No, you're
lower
not.
No, that's me.
You got a lower diplomacy than me.
That's not true.
Oh, really?
Yes.
How high is your diplomacy?
Very low.
My skill is...
What do you? That's not the most.
It is for me. I've got a feat.
Oh. Oh.
22.
You win this round, feet man.
Well, Talon, having known none of you guys, will believe you wholeheartedly and believe that you're going to be talking about ambassador business with the old crone as a scheduled meeting.
Oh, yeah, you got that right.
Well, he'll believe me. I failed to save.
Who, you failed?
I did do.
You just walk out of it. Unless
No,
we're
the thing is
bringing
the whole-
crowd here. This zone is only on this platform.
For a few minutes.
Yeah.
Yeah. Trying to figure where the thing is.
Tell
And
us
that's
about-
all you tell
Well,
Talon?
we've journeyed for a long time to get here.
So it would seem.
Yeah. So I'm really hoping that this doesn't turn out to be a real bummer of a trip.
The ritual is completely in your hands.
Do you know what kind of sacrifice? Because Brokebeak Mountain is like
Yes, someone made the joke.
Brokebeak.
He is rather flamboyant, isn't
kind
he?
of cagey.
He's a douchebag.
It is personal.
Was he resurrected?
Brokebeak?
Yeah.
No.
Do you know anybody who's been resurrected?
The crone will. She participates in every ritual.
But do you know anyone?
Personally.
How old is Eagle? Hold on.
How long do Tengu live? Pretty short, right?
40 years.
Okay, so you're like,
Young stuff.
yeah, I'm like at least 5 times your age.
He's middle-aged for a Tengu, which is why he's mature, but you can tell he's clearly...
20.
What?
It's like 20.
I'm coming up on mating season, though.
Hot to trot.
I've been on that one for the past 60 years.
What?
That's about right, I think.
Just not a Griff.
We're just always cycling. We're always in heat. Hotels.
Oh my goodness.
Yeah, just be careful.
Yeah.
That's why they've got a ring.
That's why they got rape night.
Sorry.
Rape night and their human trafficking.
Okay.
You elves are despicable.
Terrible.
Yeah,
Let me hang out with you.
That's why
I may
we
be
keep
the
them-
headmaster of the mage college, but you're
No, you're
just the
not.
worst.
Don't
Get out
worry.
of here.
You don't hold a flame to Strix.
What is your name?
Yo.
What is Griff? What is your last name?
Griff.
Is that like a Greg Vector Doom Greg kind of thing?
Fractured Doom Greg.
No, it was Vector Doom, Greg, Vector Doom.
It was right.
I've told you before.
I don't know. You just said Griff.
Yeah, Griff.
Buscemi?
Steve Buscemi.
Your last name is Buscemi?
Yeah.
I think I knew of a Buscemi.
Steve?
No.
Steve?
Boosh.
Boosh?
Buscemi.
Boosh. Oh, Boosh. I know Boosh.
Yeah. He's a good guy.
He's a great guy.
You guys should
Died
really
in a-
like speed up this elevator.
He died in a time vortex.
When we get around, we're almost there. Just Havoc left.
Just send word, send a letter to the Mage College, and they'll teach you greater floating disc.
Havoc, tell us about yourself. In ways that are non-specific.
Havoc, you say.
My name is Regret.
Oh.
Because you rolled higher. He's gonna believe you.
I'm in a zone of truth.
He knows that you're not affected.
No, I don't think they know. I think it's only the person.
That's
Yeah,
what I'm saying. I'm
I-
pretty sure it's only the caster knows. Though.
Yeah, I know who did and didn't make it.
Okay.
He's like, no, you're lying. That's not your name.
Oh,
I could say that, but I'm not.
Bluff.
No, I don't need to say it. Like, I keep my mouth shut. So if I say anything about his name, yeah. Anyways.
You can just be like,
Or I
that's
could
not
just
your name.
just spell it. I could stop it at any time.
Tengu is my 14th language.
Oh,
Something.
it's my... Sep.
I don't think anything.
I think
you
I've
said
fallen
is
behind
true.
on the language arms race.
It's a race that you could have never won.
Probably not.
Yeah, but
As long as we know comprehend language. Which I do. Fine.
No, I comprehend
I
language.
owe a debt to Morgrim, and I will see her back if I can.
Talon nods respectfully. Your lift reaches the final top area of the trees.
It's gotta be a quick way.
Right as the conversation ends, almost like a loading screen.
There have been attacks on Vermeer.
Haberdashery and shoes.
You can see an area for where you can leave your cart should you choose to, but more importantly, the horses. And Talon will attempt to lead you to an area to clean up. And he mentions if any of you need healing, the hanging circular structure that has white and red crosses woven into it belongs to Hopum, the dove nurse, if you need assistance.
Where's the crone?
Yes, go find her.
Find the crone.
Clean up first.
I am clean.
Oh,
Okay.
Prestidigitate.
Voila. Actually, I need to get to my fancy clothes.
You do that. We're gonna go find the crone.
I go find like a bathroom.
That's where he led you to, like, changing and
Wait,
cleaning.
I don't even need that. I cast Spanish.
Oh god!
You've got like black testicles now. Like what the hell? They're just like covered in mold. Like you shouldn't have let her touch you, man. That is not normal.
Goodness
And
me.
I put on fancy clothes.
Does anyone else choose to get into fancy
Is
clothes?
that your name tattooed on your ass?
No, that's her
Richard?
name.
Whistler will get into his fancy clothes, and Talon is preening.
I'll get cleaned up and change into my scholar's outfit.
I'm gonna stay in the nasty ass clothes I'm wearing.
I usually wear my fancy clothes underneath my leather armor, so I take off the leather armor, and prestidigitation makes it all nice again.
Okay.
I'll just sort of cover myself more thoroughly with my cloak. Like,
Hit me with some of that cologne.
Yeah, we can get some of that.
every time.
Can you just prestidigitate us to smell good, or is that only 3 people?
Oh my goodness.
Except it's a tiny bottle.
That's right.
But it's
So
very
concentrate. Oh,
Get my beard.
Wait, since that shrunk, when the spray hits us,
Does the spray hit with enlarging scale?
Which way to the crone?
this way. I should warn you, as our monarch and head shaman, it is very hard to get anything past her. So simply be honest, be straightforward, and she will guide you in all the ways you need to be.
I summon a violin.
Get her on my soccer team.
I can woo her, right?
Do you want to?
How old is she for Tengu?
Well, she's a maximum of 40 years old.
Yeah, so she's a young.
She has lived longer than 10 generations of
God,
Tengu.
100 years.
That's nothing.
She's 97.
That is at least to my knowledge.
10 generations is...
Yeah, it's probably, what's a
400
generation of
years?
Tengu? Like 4 years? When do Tengu start mating?
Probably not at 4.
You'll find out when Morgrim gets back.
You would assume it's like until sexual maturity, and then tack on like gestation period.
5?
I don't know. How old did Tengu get?
Morgrim hasn't reached mating age yet, because that's going to be one of her story arcs. And she
Okay.
and she's 16.
Rape day. It's coming around the corner, guys.
It's coming up. 4 years. That's your rape tree.
That's going to be a hell of an episode.
Oh my goodness.
It's gonna be the NSFW episode.
Probably cut some of this out.
No.
So none of us here are running for political office anytime soon.
Oh god.
It's your fault for hanging out with us.
Oh boy, okay. Yeah, so we're cleaned up enough.
Let's go find the crone. We totally don't have a history of killing people when we talk to them.
You've
One
been
guy. And also, who's this we?
I think we've all.
I've killed people, but like, not in a casual conversation. You saw me kill something, like, 2 days ago.
Yeah.
I wasn't having a nice talk with the moth.
Were you?
15.
What?
15 years old.
So 10 generations is 150 years.
150 years. Oh, okay. So she's like...
So I had doubled that. Morgrim is 16 years old. I was going to have her go into mating at like 26.
Oh.
So another 10 years.
So they're
Late
like,
bloomer.
So that
Because that's halfway through.
so that bird's pretty old.
Because that's like...
Well, think of how many eggs we can pop out. All right, I'm done.
I don't think I would want
Any
to think about
case.
that.
Any
Like
case.
a kiwi.
Okay.
Just one egg.
So Talon leads you through these swaying bridges. Does anyone have any fear of heights?
$10.
Does Zool get seasick
No.
from that? Does it sways
Zool
under
might
his
get
feet?
seasick.
Okay, then let me roll a. What do you want to do?
Can I have my
Fortitude
ring
check?
Oh, yeah.
Yeah.
Okay, let me roll a fortitude check. Because there's no in between. It's no like he gets a little bit seeking to sit.
What?
Or not.
What did you give him?
My ring.
His ring of climbing. Which,
Oh my goodness! Why did he put it in his mouth?
I don't know.
No, I put it on my finger.
That didn't look like it.
The bridge sways, but Atlas doesn't sway as he walks.
So fortitude
Which
would be
really sways a lot. Now Atlas is just walking in there and sways back.
He doesn't do that.
So 13.
Yeah.
You'd be all right.
Maybe.
because it's either I'm not seasick or I'm vomiting uncontrollably. One of the two.
Well, there's nothing really below us.
I know, but I'm in nice clothes now.
Put you over the shoulder, angle you off the edge.
Hold on.
I think if I had the smell of the sea while doing this, I would be seasick.
Okay.
Prestigitation.
Oh, and across, you just smell the sea.
Oh, what's it called? What's the bait for lobsters called?
Like chum.
Chum.
That's pretty much the bait for anything in the water.
Okay. Lobster bait is kind of real close.
Alright, so,
So
we're
yeah, you're
headed in
led.
that direction.
You're led through all these very interesting, cool, winding pathways through the top of the trees,
Just in case.
and you're eventually led to what is clearly the mother tree. It is massive, huge. It stands apart from all the others. Every single tree around the edge of it has one of those bridges that leads into it. This tree, while all the others stand to make a mountain together, this tree alone is a mountain. And there are carvings in the wood all the way up. All those lights that you saw before, the fungus and mushrooms are all growing at the top and along the sides of it, making these cool swirling shapes. And you can see that there's actually an entryway into the center of the tree and up through it, as though there's homes and buildings and houses throughout. And he leads you to the front of this massive tree.
Zool, drink this.
What is that?
I sniff it,
Peptus salix.
Pepto Bismol.
but I'm fine. I'm fine.
You should probably drink it.
The tree is on the edge of the ocean.
I drink the potion.
There's a horrible chalky taste.
I chug it.
It was poison.
Like you can audibly hear the chugs.
Yeah, let me just remind you with an image here what we're looking at.
Do they have tree frogs?
The tree itself
And are they
sits
going to be really
right
big?
on the edge of the ocean, and then reaching out behind it, you can see mangroves going out into the ocean. So the forest actually continues out into the ocean, and the trees actually come through the ocean itself. And you can see out there, straight out from the mother tree, a circlet, what looks like a familiar rock shaping of a circlet of rocks in the ocean.
Oh, one also, your tongue turns black.
I thought that circle was just like
Zool gets
that was a silky thing.
Yeah.
Oh, okay.
I guess it's
presume-
just a silky thing. Yeah.
I thought that was just like a thing that happens sometimes. And
Yeah.
that silkies happen to be.
It's not the same one. It's another one that's
I
like
know,
that. Yeah.
but I didn't know that would be where silkies hang out.
Me neither. Is that the last one?
What's that word when you think about yourself too much? Like
Narcissism?
Egotistical?
No, not
Selfish?
that
Anxiety,
one. No,
depression.
when
Suicidal.
something about yourself, like you keep thinking about it, like you're over.
Obsessive.
Overanalyze?
No, what?
Obsessive compulsive.
No. Like he has a black tongue, so now he doesn't want to open his mouth at all. So
Self-conscious.
self-conscious. There we go.
Wow, that was a lot.
Finally got there.
Yeah, yeah.
That's a lot of real dug up stuff. Right there.
Zool is
Everybody
extra-
just learned some more about everybody else.
Zool is self-conscious.
I think that was Leo.
Don't worry.
Are you
Zool,
okay?
don't worry.
I'm fine.
They're staring at your beard.
He just really
and
wants
a
to
lot
go
of
to
birds have
There's a reason why all the
black tongues,
knives
I'm
in my house are made out of rubber. That's not true.
So Zool is now self-conscious about this black tongue, so he's not going to talk as much.
Why is your tongue black?
Because of Pepto-Bismol.
It's a side effect.
Is that a thing that Pepto? Oh, okay.
Really?
Not
If you
real
have
life.
too much-
I
It
don't
is
realize, but
alcohol.
Peptus
Oh,
salix turns
okay.
your tongue black.
I always thought it would be like pink, maybe, but black.
Yeah, black.
All right, you ready?
It's essentially just liquid charcoal. That's what it is.
Talon will stick his tongue out at you. It is barbed, like all bird tongues are.
God damn it.
Zool doesn't say anything, he just goes,
Beaks and barbs.
Fucking birds are so weird.
Just like a woodpecker
Wait,
with his
but-
tongue wrapped around his brain.
Oh my goodness.
Birds are fucking weird.
Birds
Well,
are weird.
Or at least like some birds are.
a lot of their tongues are like black, aren't they?
Yeah, they can come in multiple colors. Some are really long and kind of tubular.
but Talon doesn't know Zool's tongue is black, because as soon as he said it, Zool did not talk, speak,
All right,
or open his
fine.
mouth.
He doesn't stick his tongue out.
Birds mate with a cloacal kiss.
Yeah, that one I do know. They just kind of like put them next to each other. And
Yeah.
Oh my goodness. This is not the education I was hoping to give our
The
listeners.
sound effect is like real good for the fans.
It's like if you take a powdered donut and a chocolate donut and you touch them together.
And then somebody's got like icing that they just put through the other one.
They don't even need to. It's not even like an extrusion. It's just like a touch.
This would be really if we get an animated series. Real nice.
Oh, no.
Get like it zooms right in, and you just have like two little holes.
Anyway,
Eagles make love clawed together while falling.
See? Now
Talon
birds are
winks.
awesome.
What if you can't
Talon,
fly?
tell us about yourself.
I'm 25, man. Next year.
It's a ripe old age.
It's been a rough wait.
Wait,
He motions for you to go through the entryway of the.
let's not speak about this in the presence of the crone.
that would make sense. Can you tell us anything about the crone? That would be useful.
She.
What's your favorite color?
Blue. Wait.
Green.
I've never thought to ask. She is blind.
No, ignore the color part. General, is there anything that we should know about her? Things that she does not like? Things what she does like?
Farts?
Honesty.
Is she Morton's mom?
Millet? Breadcrumbs?
Got some breadcrumbs.
Some seeds.
Bird society is so stupid, everyone. Right? Am I just the only one thinking
We need
this?
to make a distraction. Get the birds. The guards are coming after us. Just fucking throw seeds at them.
Birdseed and shiny coins just.
Someone hold up a mirror.
Oh, actually, somebody does have a mirror on their shield, don't they?
Atlas just has a mirror.
Oh, okay.
My shield's probably polished to a mirror-like sheen.
That was the thing. That we polished it.
Yeah, the crow was looking at his shield earlier.
Did I write that down? Oh.
No, just remember
is,
that.
Is it because you can't lie to her?
What do we say?
If that's a thing, just remember that. Or if she
What do we say
knows
about
already.
magical names?
Can she smell our fear?
She can probably smell our fear. I can smell our fear at this point.
My shield is a...
Wait, why were you afraid?
I'm not afraid.
I'm not afraid.
I'm not afraid of no
Doesn't
ghosts.
smell
Anyway.
anything then, alright? Let's just keep
I ain't afraid of no ghosts.
Wait, that means I smell you guys' fear then.
But we're not afraid.
Do you?
No, not you. I was pointing at Havoc and Victus.
They're afraid?
You probably could.
Why are you?
Well,
Really?
it makes sense that Havoc's afraid.
So I smell Havoc's afraid, so I just look at him, but now I'm not going to talk because of a black tongue.
That's how we shut up.
Whenever he talks, he just holds his hand in front of his mouth.
And it's all muffled. Sounds like Kenny
Alright,
from
so
South
I guess we go in.
Yep.
Go to the crone.
Be respectful. Tell the truth. Remember that she is our monarch and head shaman.
I probably
Zoom
shouldn't
crunch.
go
Do we
in there.
need we can just walk in fully armed and armored.
Yep.
She will not be harmed by any of you.
Okay.
I don't know about that.
That sounds like a challenge. We
Does
don't want to
she-
do that.
Is she, like, bowing?
She's sitting,
Maybe disavow.
not on a throne, but you.
No, us. Does she want us to bow to her?
Oh, so you're still talking to Talon. I'm so sorry.
She's not gonna know what's going on. Just go rob this bitch and get over it.
What?
She is more concerned with honest actions. If you don't feel like showing respect that way, don't do it. She will know.
Alright, we go in.
Get the sense, guys. All-knowing creature.
Double doors
Done.
open.
And Talon did say
Kicking
she was
down.
blind, right?
She's blind.
Okay.
It's just you can stop worrying about your tongue.
Getting Blues Brothers vibes, Ray Charles.
That technically means that she's not able to see.
Yes.
Alpha's dragon.
Walking in, immediately you get the sense that this is where that spirit energy is coming through, as though, yes, mushroom shape, it comes down specifically into this room. There is no sound, no echoing of your footsteps. It's not frightening. Here it's kind of calming. There are windows all the way around so that she can almost see out through little areas of the wood. She's not on a throne. She's not wearing a crown. You could almost partake it to a grandmother in a rocking chair, sitting, relaxing, kind of humming to herself. Her eyes are white. She is a raven, but completely white. Not a single feather has color. She has a small bowl of those blueberries near her.
God, it smells like old people in here.
She smells, if you are curious, young.
She
She smells young. Almost as though she was hatched yesterday.
So like fluid.
Fluid blood.
Fresh.
A fresh yolk. Sizzling.
Welcome, my children.
Oh, great crone. Seek to ask assistance for our friend Morgrim of...
Oh, don't dump it out. That's gonna be sticky.
Yeah, we did not make a water seal on that.
That pocket dimension
been leaking
is
this
gone
whole time.
forever.
I don't dump out the corpse.
That's a relief.
We seek assistance for our friend Morgrim, who died at the hands of someone
enemy.
who shall not be named.
It is okay. I know. Thank you for bringing her back to me.
Oh, cool. It was Whistler.
Whistler is behind all of you guys. Very red, very upset. Doesn't want to look up and meet her eyes. He's obviously not saying anything.
I thought she really didn't have any eyes.
She's blind. Who cares?
She looks towards you, surveying all of you.
Tremor sense.
She's got blind.
Improved blind fight. Greater improved blind fight. The trifecta.
That's like 3 feats that you just wasted for that. That's really impressive.
She knows darkness.
Shit.
I do want to make a fighter that has those feats, though.
Alright.
Okay.
Then I'm sure you know what we seek already.
I certainly sense that you are missing much of the ritual and are anxious to get started, to get it done with.
Yes.
Then perhaps I can get you started today with the very first step.
That'd be nice.
I have a question.
I have an answer.
I was told by Ropebeak,
Douchebag.
that a sacrifice would need to be made. What sort of sacrifice are we talking
We're talking like no meat on Friday.
We're talking about like 6 months of not watching TV?
Yeah, like giving up something.
Like we're out of pepper and we can't season this right.
Do I need to stop eating eggs?
Like you're going to have to make non-peanut butter and fluff sandwiches. It's just peanut butter.
Get them out. Any more? I like the egg one, though. That was the most creative.
Only not like once a day.
God, no. Think of that life!
Think of the pain!
Only once a day.
Cats and dogs.
Pigs flying from the sky!
Well, let me walk you through the ritual. You know much of it already, but would that be helpful?
I feel like you're avoiding the question.
Step 1.
Just a checklist.
Touch
The
what
checklist
time
will
to
do.
much.
Let's get on the checklist.
Checklist
Alright.
will do. Just label it out.
Alright,
It just
up to
it
21
flows
steps
better.
here.
Yeah, up to 21
Step
steps.
1.
So, you have already been successful in the seal of the Selkie skin, enough to create an egg. You have enough skin that would have been from 2 Selkies, or parts from more.
Yes.
Yeah.
Multiple Silkies decided to sacrifice part of their skins.
And I see a Selkie among you.
Yep.
Sylvia.
Did she follow us?
You're all supposed to be
Oh,
here.
Sylvie's here too. I guess Septo is with us. Never mind.
Silver's like setting up blacksmith shop in the corner.
Yeah.
He's working on all of our commissions.
Yeah, just I will be calculating his hours in gold at the end of this. I made a note. The crone addresses Sylvia and says, I thank you for your family's contribution. Your mother will be so impressed with you. Don't worry, we will still return the skins as usual.
Oh,
Alright, that's good.
that sounds that's
The mother was such a big deal.
Yeah, you were also successful in the life-giving sap from a tree of life, filling the entire egg.
Yeah, it's kind of old now. It might be hard.
Like a resin. Excellent.
Oh, God, that's part of
Oh, good. We did that by accident.
Has she at least been in it for over a month?
it. Definitely.
Wonderful.
She is
Very right.
Completely
Ready for the
properly.
picking.
She might not be solid.
Chillax.
She might just be a pile of bones at this
Yeah, dead body over like the 4 months that we've been going.
Yeah, we kind of fucked off for a little bit too.
There was a while there.
Much like a caterpillar must metamorphosize, so will she.
She's got to turn into goo. All right.
If you say so. Your words, not mine.
Weird memory-filled goo.
Kind of like having.
How often do resurrections like this take place?
Only for special members of our society.
Oh, was she royalty? Also, well, fucked.
She was not to inherit after me, if that's what you mean.
But she is your daughter.
Yeah, it was alright coming. Yeah.
They all are.
They all are. So
wait,
what does that mean for mating season?
No, it's exponential.
Incest.
You start off as kiwi, and then you at the end you get to like vole.
What?
Voles reproduce.
She was to be the next head shaman.
That's why she was training. Why did she venture south?
That's
Because she never.
All of the ravens feel an urge to travel. I'm not one to stop them.
Well, I don't go directly up to her, but like close enough to be respectful, and I put the bag of holding on the ground, and I say, "My debt is paid," and I leave.
Okay. Do you leave the room?
Yes.
You find yourself unable to.
I'm trying though. I'm not stopping trying.
Just walking in place.
I walk up to Havoc and I whisper into his ear, "Do we have anything else inside that bag?"
Fuck, I don't know. It's not my bag.
It's Morgrim's possessions.
Oh, okay.
No.
I pull out the sling and I put the sling inside the bag.
You have also collected the phoenix down.
Yeah, it's in the pockets.
It's
like
pockets.
bustling from the sides.
If you open it up, it's just like feathers. We befriended a very friendly. What happened to him? Do you know? If you
flew
know
off.
everything.
Yeah, he went off in search of his family. If you remember, he was separated from them.
How do you know that?
Is this like cellophane?
It's like somebody put tape over the door.
Imagine like a glitch and you're just...
Just doing the walk.
Yeah, he's doing the walk.
Lag.
So you are ready for the next step, the nest building.
Oh, boy.
Fuck.
Where does this occur?
In the uppermost branches of this tree.
Okay. Can we talk through the steps
Absolutely.
first?
All of them? Like a checklist?
So, at the very top of the mother tree, each of you must hand build a nest for her to lay in the down and to place the egg. No magic can be used. You must physically climb up and down this
nest
tree.
each?
One nest
Okay.
for the whole thing.
Okay.
But with every branch you place, you must think of a positive memory of Morgan.
Well, we're fucked.
I only knew her for like...
branches.
I only knew her for like 3 days.
You don't need to say it, guys. You don't need to say it in character.
RP.
Yes.
I mean, I kind of hated her. She kept waking me up.
That's true.
Squatting.
Yeah. Every crack of dawn. Come on.
The more positive memories you think, the quicker the ritual will be.
I'm going to be bad
All
at
right. What's
this.
the next step?
Once you have placed every single stick into the nest, creating it, weaving it together so that it will hold the egg itself, and you've lined it with the down, then on the night of the, fall equinox, we can begin the full ritual itself, which will take a full day and full night. And at dawn, on the following day, the ritual will end.
So we build a nest, and then during the equinox, the ritual happens, and that's that.
What's the ritual?
Where's the sacrifice?
Yeah.
Would you like to go through the ritual itself then?
That's what we've been asking for this whole time.
We're not getting anywhere with this lady. She clearly
Also,
doesn't know what she's talking about.
It would be very unwise to hold me here.
So with each branch, twig, moss, and material that's placed in the nest, remembering the deceased, using the same mindset on the beginning of the ritual, each of you must say some memory of Morgrim. It doesn't have to be positive. Once each of you say your memory, because it is personal to you for the ritual, the down itself will ignite. After which, it is a all-night party and celebration of her life. There will be drinking, food, and there must be dance. In fact, it would be best
Fucking hell,
if one of you knew ritualistic dance to celebrate the whole night.
I told you, Whistler.
Whistler's like in the corner, like, yeah. If one of you is doing the ritualistic dance, you cannot stop. All day and all night, you must move. And Whistler's like, I got this. He's like motioning to you guys. He's like, sweat is pouring off his forehead. He's like, I can handle this.
We have to get him a ring of sustenance.
These words of warmth, having lit the down itself, will take all night to burn. The whole nest will be gone. It will come up around the egg itself, which will open. Expect some sort of experience when the nest opens. The skins themselves will fall apart, and we always make a part of the next day, returning those to the Selkies.
We don't care about that.
Sylvia, I'm sure you would like to see your mother. We'll make a point of visiting her.
She's no PC.
Not important.
And I'm sure you will probably enjoy the rest of the day party where we talk about your trips and your travels.
And the sacrifice?
That must be given by one of you.
What is it?
What kind of
Like no
sacrifice?
eggs, no TV.
No meat on Fridays.
Right.
No nothing once a day.
I think it's probably big enough that they won't tell us until we have to make it.
It's big, and there is one more ingredient. Did any of you keep her soul?
Are you supposed to capture her soul?
Well,
Oh, and then Jill
Might be
does this.
hanging around. We got like a soul catcher.
Oh yeah, huh? Somebody take a look at that.
Yeah. It's been in an extra-dimensional pocket for
that's
a while.
true. It's the little... Her fucking dream catcher.
Do you look through it?
No.
Okay.
I'll look through it.
Only she's
Yeah,
orphans.
I don't want any dead orphans.
Let me see.
I will leave you to build her nest and find her soul. I will see you on the equinox.
I walk up to Whistler and I pat him on the back and I go, probably gonna die.
You're probably gonna die, friend.
Probably gonna die.
You know, conventional resurrections just require one diamond.
This seems like a lot.
Maybe we shouldn't have come here and just gone to like a Church of Rictus or something.
Right.
We tried.
No, we didn't.
Yeah, didn't we try?
No.
Not
We just assumed that this is the only way to bring her back.
No.
You let me DM after I died. That's what happened.
Why didn't we just go to the fucking church?
It also makes, like, death something consequential.
Why didn't we just go to the church?
Well, the consequence would have been the price of the diamond.
Yeah, all right. Fuck me.
I mean, Griff, if you die, like...
Can you die?
No. Oh, okay. That's not important.
That's what the hag said.
Right? I come back.
Well, didn't she imply that you'd, like, died in the future and you're getting, like,
Yeah.
going back? Or you died in the past?
No.
you're
I
going
understood,
forward?
but it's a loop. See, time isn't just a straight.
It's a-
okay.
it's a flat
There's a
circle?
little bit of a loop.
It's a flat circle.
Yeah. And all points touch.
Okay,
Like with volley,
so we gotta
Volley's just
volley's the Solomon King.
we gotta get sticks.
We gotta get some sticks.
Whistler is going to attempt to climb up to the top of the tree to survey the
We
site.
have to climb?
Griff's
Or
gonna
some
do
sticks?
everything he can to not participate.
Alright, well, I got this ring, so if we want to go one at a time.
Who? Me.
Alright, let's go up to the top.
So there is a twisting, winding path that leads up there. It is a little bit of a scramble, but it looks well worn.
Okay.
So we
Grab
got.
a stick and I think positive thoughts
About Morgan.
about Morgan.
Has to be about Morgan. Can't be about Taza.
Yep.
That's your sacrifice. No nutting.
Atlas.
Once a day. Come on.
So,
Yep.
let's get a tensor's floating disk and put all the
They
sticks
said
on it.
no
You
magic.
said no magic.
To create it, they didn't say we had the no magic the sticks up
She
there.
said no
I
magic.
think you said no magic. No magic.
We'll just use
It-
magic anyway.
It's your axe, your physical axe that build the nest. The magic actually interferes with the spirits.
We're just lifting the sticks up there to
Just carry the
hand make
sticks.
it.
This is
It's the idea that it literally each time you climb a
Yeah,
tree,
you're a
you have
big
to
guy.
carry only one stick. It's going to
This
be
is
like
gonna be a lot of climbing.
How many sticks?
there's
out.
going to be a time jump, but also B, more importantly, it's showing that bringing a life back requires each person to do a small sacrifice.
Oh, it's a good thing I don't need to
20
sleep.
minutes.
Man, I am confident you guys wouldn't do this for me. I'm out. I'm gone.
I'm out. Let's go
outta
get a
here.
drink.
Yeah, let's go back to Portanova. We'll
Right.
come back in a month or two.
It's gonna take 2 months before they even fucking
I know.
equinox anyway.
I know it.
I'm gonna keep carrying sticks.
You do that.
I will carry sticks.
I have to carry
my
sticks too, but I
sacrifice-
only have like I only
gonna
know
be
more
the
room
knight.
for like all of like 2 days.
I know. Whistler will carry sticks, but in your free time between when you're resting, do you want to travel around to any of the buildings, the stores, the Victus guy?
How can Whistler put sticks together if the only memory he has of Morgrim is killing her?
So
That's the only.
It's like slow motion. I'll remember.
it's a fair question.
Really nice when like my blade went right through.
No, it's a fair question. So the idea was positive memories connected to the individual. So for him, he's just going to be thinking over and over again about bringing her back.
Bro, you're gonna die.
I remember when I walked by her dead body and it like made a sloshing noise. I was like, huh.
I did that.
So this is simply what's going to fill your time during the day. You have your evenings and nights free to explore, to interact with any of the community, to work on building things with silver, upgrades, things you want to practice for the next month and a half. What do you guys want to do?
Some things.
Okay.
I got some things.
I'm gonna go shopping for one, and then the second thing is I'm going to work on disguises.
Like sewing them together, or like
Like
Explain.
making myself look like someone else.
okay.
It's like adding oil,
Yeah.
You borrow Taza's makeup kit.
rounding your ears.
Get scissors.
Oh God, no! No.
I just realized the only memory I'm gonna think of of Morgrim while I'm doing this is when she surprised me because I didn't realize she could talk. And then
I remember when she talked, and I was like, "Oh,
you talk.
crazy."
I'm also gonna see if they sell any arrows anywhere.
Now hold a second. Were you there when we were in the dungeon? She healed everyone then, by the way. You could like think about your body healing itself.
I healed myself.
I can heal
True.
myself all the time.
Yeah, I barely have to heal you.
Wait, either I took damage or I was unconscious. One of those two things happened.
So I will let you put a point into disguise for the month and a half that we're stuck around here in this Tengu world.
On the first night, Atlas is going to cast Wall of Stone and make a very solid chunk of stone, big, 50 cubic feet.
Now, please tell me you do this on the ground and not on the wooden.
This is not that heavy, probably.
Maybe.
And then he's going to stone shape portions of this stone.
Okay.
He's going to make one that's just a 20 cubic foot gargantuan block. One that's like a house with no floor. So it's like walls and a roof.
Okay.
Why not a 4?
So you can plonk it over something,
So I can come over.
like a glass house.
And it's gonna have like palisade defenses in it. So like arrow slits kind of a
He's
thing.
making cover.
That's what that structure is gonna look like.
Okay.
Oh, so we get cover. I get it.
And then
Doesn't it grow above? Oh, okay. You throw it up.
Goes up and it spins.
Then I'm gonna shave the last like 12 cubic feet into a statue of Morgrim.
That's really nice of you, Atlas.
Isn't that nice?
I was expecting something more dickish.
It's just a big dick.
Hey, no, thank you. Leave it at that.
And then I'm gonna shrink those things.
Okay. Doctor? Griff? Anything?
And then I'm gonna practice strings.
Strength? Alright, so how far had you progressed previously?
1 rank.
Alright, I'll give you another rank at the end of the month and a half.
Hot crossbow.
Birds seem to really like it, even when you screech the strings. They make fun of you saying it
not
sounds like them.
tuned.
Yeah.
Are there any mockingbirds in the Tengu?
You see wood ducks, you see roadrunners, you see...
That's not a bird, that's just wood.
you see birds that you would know from our Earth, from all over the world. Doctor?
I'd probably help out the dove who was the healer.
Mm-hmm.
So I'd probably do a little surgery, a little healing. And in my free time, I'm probably going to craft with alchemy and see if I can sell a couple things.
Drugs. Hardcore drugs.
Do you have anything that regrows hair or like could regrow feathers? Legit question.
Lesser restoration?
No. Probably have to know regenerate.
I don't know if I have any alchemical things that do that.
You could just lie about it.
Well, she shows you some funny little tricks of common bird issues, including how to apply like when people go bald and they get what are those?
Oh, hair
plugs? Yeah, hair plugs. It's like feather plugs. And she said she gives you a bit of gossip that Brokebeak comes in for these often.
Of course he does. Of course he does.
We should probably learn a little bit about bird law.
Why? We're not going to be here long.
Bird law is important.
No, it's not. It's almost as dumb as Rich's law.
It's a reference.
It's always sunny. I know.
I will practice a speech while I build.
For diplomacy or
For perform oratory.
Oh, I'm trained in that as well. I could show you the
Speech
law.
giving.
Show me the way.
I can show you the way.
if you're getting assistance, I'll say you get 2 points at the end.
You're now trained almost as much as I am.
No, I'm up at 6.
I look around to see if any of the shops sell arrows.
I'm not helping you at all.
Specialty arrows.
Can
Like
you
armor
help train
piercing.
me in
I see what
oratory?
you're saying.
Yeah.
Not Havoc, but Sam. Can you look up a list of special arrows for me for Havoc?
For Zool.
That one? Yep, that one.
Would you like me to craft some for you?
Well, I'm looking for stuff like armor piercing, and I don't know what else you can actually get.
Probably nothing in Pathfinder.
Nothing.
But maybe, I don't
No,
know.
there's a whole bunch of different arrows.
Lightning arrows.
Pathfinder,
Lightning
sorry.
Screamer arrows.
I didn't think about magic arrows
Star
either.
Wars arrow.
Muffin arrow.
Israeli Palestinian conflict arrow.
Bamboo
Lead.
shaft. Bleeding. Blunt. Common. Distance. Durable. Die. Flight.
Die?
Die?
Hold on.
Pheromone.
Why did
Raining.
that last one?
Slow burn. Smoke.
Okay, go back up to die.
Die is in DYE.
DYE.
No, and then you said
Takes no damage but is splashed with black, blue, green, or red marker die.
go on to the
They
other ones.
definitely have those, and the kids use them to shoot each other to give their feathers different colors.
Do they have rope arrows?
Yes.
You did say some magic ones.
I could get myself a
Trip. Whistling. Thorn. Thistle. Tangle shot. Splinter crowd.
Tangle shot.
Cloud.
Slow something down. I'm trying to find this. Phone's slow.
Yeah, just type in Pathfinder SRD ammunition.
I'm
And you
in
just
that.
let me know what you
The
want
phone's
to
just
buy.
slow. Yeah, I'll let you know when I get there.
Sure. Griff? You want to talk to Nova?
Griff is probably going to talk to Nova, work on swords and stuff, and maybe... Yeah, that's probably it.
Alright, so you can get a point in sword. It's been a long time since you unsheathed me.
Rape day.
I don't think you're going to be getting out of that one.
True.
Yeah. It's been like 3 days.
3 days.
It was much longer where I am.
That sucks.
Gotta remember everything I know about Nova now.
Where are you?
Jeez. Neither here nor there.
What are you wearing?
Time.
Khakis.
Khakis. Well, she sounds hideous.
You've
She's a
seen me
guy.
before.
Yeah, like the last time I talked to you.
Yeah. Are you still hanging out with that other sword carrier?
Yeah. He's like over there. Volley.
A lot of us have swords as well.
He's a king or something.
Don't trust him. Whatever that mad woman says.
Don't trust him or the woman.
Both.
So I'm not immortal?
If you call that not dying.
What?
It's more of a repeating circle, less of an end and start. What are you ripping out? Oh my goodness. If that's my carpet, Mom will be pissed.
No, that's my pants.
Okay.
Why? Because this shit has been like super loose and I can't get it to fix itself. So no, I've already cut it.
Oh.
Thank you, pal.
I don't remember about... Does she want... She wants Griff to go pull back
She
the
wants me
sword.
to be an evil overlord and take over the world.
Not at all. I simply want you to pull the sword out all the way.
I know you're a game.
You should have said that out loud.
I know you're a game. I'm just okay with it.
Will you be heading back south after this?
I don't
I've
know.
waited long enough.
Probably not. We'll probably head north. To the hobgoblins.
'Cause story!
In
Well,
fact, it'll probably be quite a while before I get back to Porto.
hurry it up. I'm getting impatient.
Oh, I'd like to set up Dr. Hippocampus's healing wares.
Yeah, right next to
Make it a
the
shop.
nurse station.
I offer to sell healing wares to Tengus and the healing station.
What do you put them in?
I have a whole bunch of vials and things. And I can buy vials from the store super cheap.
What are they? Clear vials?
Just like glass.
Yeah, they're just glass.
Whatever they have.
It's like glass.
Clear vials, wood vials. I'm sure
Okay.
the Tengus have some sort of vial to put things in.
They do. I was just curious if you alter their appearance in any way.
To make them shiny?
To make them shiny.
I could. And I might.
If you make them not shiny, just normal, you do alright. I'd say you sell a handful a day. If you make them shiny, you almost sell out every day.
Sweet, I make them shiny.
You can't.
How do you go about doing that?
Let's see, what do I have in here that's shiny? I know I have something here. Come back to me.
That's
I have
fine.
to look this up.
Either by, even if you sacrifice like a gold piece to make like a
Gold
gold,
filings.
yep, or something, just
I'll
be
shave
creative,
gold
let me know.
pieces into the thing so they have gold filings.
hey. Yeah, get back to me. Whistler will work on the most moving, emotional dance you guys have ever seen. Tengu often come in when he's practicing and leave crying.
Probably because he accidentally hit him.
Aw.
He's just killing Tengu.
So
He was racist. That's why he killed her.
Griff's also going to go see how this is about. Maybe going back to Porto.
You want to go back to Porto?
Yeah, for 5 minutes.
5 minutes.
Yeah, just quick.
It's gonna take us a couple jumps to get there.
That's cool.
A couple jumps to get back.
Yeah. What else are we doing? You don't want to make this fucking nest.
That's true.
if you do that, you guys don't get the points, because I can't give the trainings if you're not here for a month.
We're only gonna be gone for 1 day.
Yeah.
Oh, I don't know how long it would take. I thought you said several jumps.
Yeah, that takes 6 seconds.
We gotta jump, and then we gotta jump again.
Oh, I see what you're
And then
saying.
we'll be there, and then we gotta jump, and we gotta jump back.
Which I can do in one go.
Gosh, I really was hoping I wouldn't be the one with the sword. Are you guys serious?
What else we have to do? Yeah, sure, why not?
Gosh, I
She's
needed
been
to do
bitching about
so
this
much
this
more
whole
research.
trip.
Well, I mean, I don't know if you should trust it.
Why not?
Sam, who made the sword?
We're gonna trust Volley's sword?
You did? Okay.
Fuck no. In fact, we should push him off this tree and take it.
That can be arranged.
You see, every time I've heard of stories of magical talking swords, They're usually bad.
I'll give it to you.
Okay. Can I take this sword?
You're the dungeon master, Morgan. Make a ruling.
It doesn't want to leave your hand.
Can I take it?
This is the sword that appears in his hand, right, when there's danger?
When there's danger, yeah.
Yeah. Okay, so it will appear in your hand when Atlas asks for it, but it won't want to leave your hand.
See if I can pull it out all the way, and then I'll give it to you.
Grab the blade.
Yeah, so just put your leg there, okay?
Hang on, I need some gloves or something.
Mage handed.
Yeah, I'm going to argue because it hasn't been pulled out all the way, it's tied to you.
Yeah, so if we go back and pull it out all the way, when we can come back, we can sell it to Birdbeard. 5,000 gold. 100,000. Then kill him and take it back, and then do it again.
Why don't you just kill him and take the money? Also, I didn't hear that.
Well, I mean... what has it been telling you?
Just to pull the sword out all the way.
Why?
I don't know. That's all. That's it.
You don't know?
It's been very, very forward-facing conversation.
You were talking to it earlier.
For like 2 minutes.
That sword's been there for longer than I've been alive.
Okay. Aren't you interested? Aren't you curious?
Well, it must be there for some reason, I'd imagine.
Don't you know?
People don't just leave swords lying around.
It's a sword of creation.
What? Creation?
Yeah. Like, from the beginning.
Back in 1955.
Right.
When the music was good and the music was loud.
Exactly.
I understand.
Wait a second. Rock is dead? Is that... No,
that was Let There Be
Let
Rock.
There Be Rock. And all that jazz.
Yeah. And the white man had the schmaltz, and the black man had the blues. I don't remember the rest of the lyrics. What am I gonna do?
Copyright.
Said let there be sound.
And there was sound. Right.
Right.
Let there be
Creation.
sight. Let there be drums.
What if?
The worst that can
What
happen.
if Griff?
What if it's a rift? And you can
I should
suck
take
up
this as
all
a
the magic
compliment.
power.
Like they're
it's
trusting me to
stabilizing
come
a
up with something cool.
It's not, and you know it's not.
How, I don't know.
It's
I wasn't able to budge that thing.
It's
Sam, you
bigger
want to
than
send
that.
me some details?
It's bigger
on the
than a
sword real
rift?
quick?
bigger than that.
How bigger?
Bigger.
Oh,
Like
Creation.
creation.
You gotta think big.
What will
You're
take?
thinking too small.
I,
Think
I've
about
got
it.
the biggest mind here, and I can't think big enough.
Think about it. Wrap your head around it. Time. Time is a ball. Connecting, touching, splitting out, going over the horizons and back.
No.
That's too big.
All right, tomorrow morning.
Oh, yes.
The big drum.
all right. So while this was going on, Victus,
Oh, let there be rock.
Victus, will you tell me what Taza is up to? And I'm just gonna say Silver and Sylvia are forging. Hey,
Taza's an entrepreneurial person, so she's probably figuring out ways to...
What to light on fire?
No, she's probably figuring out things to sell that silver makes. Like, because silver can just kind of make metal.
Iron daggers.
yeah. Put in your bank for Taza. I don't know if you keep track. She makes $1,000 in a month.
Gold pieces, not dollars.
Yeah, gold pieces. And she does this by selling scraps of metal that Silver's dropped when he's like mushing the metal around. She like puts it on necklaces and things. Calls it Taza's shiny wares or something.
Yeah, so
With shipping.
I will
You're not going to do as well as Taza. I'm sorry, no one does as well as Taza.
I will sacrifice a gold piece per I don't know how many potions as gold dust in the potions to make them glitter.
Okay, you're just like shaving them. Okay, so I would say for every
Potions are like 25 gold
to make shaving.
So I have to make 26 to break even.
Yeah, I was just thinking for 1 gold coin, how many bottles could you get of shavings?
Probably a lot.
Yeah. How many would you like to try and sell?
Oh, you say I sell out every day, so I'll make as many as I can sell in a day.
Okay, so I'll say that you make... Gosh, how long did it take you to make them? It's negligible, right?
Yeah, like 5-10 minutes.
Okay, so I would say if you sell 50 a day, you're making half profit, right? Because it takes 25 to make.
Mm-hmm.
Okay, so
And we're waiting a month.
yeah, and it would be like I'd say 1 gold coin for 25 of shavings.
So it's pretty much like at night after we're done making the nest, I just make potions. In the morning, I sell them, and I go build nest.
Okay, so let's see. If we're there for a month, give me a minute, doing some math. Anyone else want to say anything about what they're doing while I do some quick math?
Well, I was looking for arrows, but I couldn't find any good ones. So I'm going to go and talk.
You make 750 gold, minus, hold on. You make 700 gold straight, because I had to minus your gold of materials. Sorry, Zul, go ahead.
So I guess I'm going to talk to Dr. Hippocampus about making some better arrows than what I could find. Actually, you know what? Yeah, than what I could find, and I'm going to say, hey, can you make me armor-piercing arrows?
I could try making them out of different things.
That's more of a crafting thing, like Silver's deal.
Okay, yeah, actually, why don't I go talk to Silver?
Because you can make alchemical arrows.
Yeah, not chemical arrows, but yeah.
Alright, so what's the equation for silver? How much can he make an hour?
Every day he can make 2,000 gold pieces worth of magic items, but I think he can make more of mundane.
Okay. So that's 60 times 2,000.
Can you put 2 enchantments on the same arrow?
Technically?
But
Like
the arrows aren't
armor-piercing
enchanted.
explosive? Like,
So,
That would definitely not work.
no.
no.
Okay.
And they're not enchantments. They're physical arrows that have been altered. Like an
Real quick,
armor-piercing
is
arrow
this
would be
how
a
it
lot.
determines? Because it's 2 months, so 60 days. So,
Because I was...
okay.
I can make durable arrows that won't break upon use.
Does anyone have any requests for silver to make? I have 1,200,000, right?
120.
Yeah, 120,000 that silver can dish out if people want items.
I'm being careful with my money because it's technically not my money.
Was it someone? Was someone had a?
Could you make I didn't see it on that, but it just seems as though there might be like an arrow where you could completely go through the AC, like the of
A
someone.
true crystalline arrow? You need to find true crystal.
Is that what that is? Is just armor piercing?
Yeah, it ignores armor.
Okay.
That's cool.
I have a feeling silver cannot make that.
Unless you have true crystal.
Nope.
Or you could get common crystalline, which is what my falchion is made of, which ignores half of armor.
Where'd you get the? So now I'll be.
I put
Zult.
it in the orc hoard for myself. That's how I got that.
All right.
Guess you're just gonna have to DM.
Yeah. That's how things
Walking
get
down
done.
the street, and then there's true crystal.
Just a whole bunch of it.
Oh, look at that!
Does anyone buy anything from silver?
Sam, wasn't there something you wanted to buy that was expensive?
Yeah, I was going to enchant my sword.
Who?
Sam.
Alright. Would you like to tell me how much that's going to cost, silver?
Well, it costs me, and I minus my money already, because I wrote down the stats of it. But it's 30,875 gold, which is all of my gold. Minus, I've got,
38 what? How many more zeros?
No, it's 30,000. So 30,875.
Oh, wait.
What are you doing with that?
75. There you go. That's correct. I'm enchanting my falchion.
With what?
Warbringer.
All right, guys, I got 89,000 left.
We can
I just,
retroactively say magic items as we need
yeah.
them.
I just want to give you the time. All right, so let's say, before I close this month out and we get into the ritual itself, Atlas and Griff, do you want to do something stupid?
Yes.
All right.
Stupid.
Let's do something stupid.
What's the crit range of it?
15 to 20.
Wow.
Fucking piece of shit.
It's,
All right.
it's a keen falchion.
Yeah.
Keen +3
makes
vicious
it rage.
falchion that gives me an extra round of rage every time I score a critical hit.
Dose.
And
2 if you're a barbarian.
2 if you're a barbarian. And when you hit someone with it, they need to make a DC 12 will save or attack their nearest ally. 14? Even better.
As the murderous command spell.
As the nearest command spell.
All right, we're going to do a hop into sort of the plains area.
A hip.
And
So
the best
I come
part,
out the next morning. I have
most
like
important
a
part
travel bag. It's like a
is
day
that
bag.
it chants when you draw it.
Yeah, I know.
Because I only make one character.
I'm going to also request a magic item. It's 18,000 gold. And it's 18,000 gold.
That's what it is.
Can I know what it is?
Yeah. It's boots of +6 dexterity.
Okay.
That's a lot of plus.
Yeah, he wants to get the fuck out of there when the sword blows up.
No, I'm not going to have it for another
Oh, that's true.
like 3 or 4 days, or after his thing is done. On top of that, so yeah, we do some jumps, 2 jumps. I'm very familiar with Portanova, so I can arrive on spot.
At the pedestal.
Yeah.
With a bolt of lightning. Wind swirling about them.
Let there be rock.
Does Portanova look pretty much the same?
No,
Does Portanova
No.
look pretty much the same?
No.
Oh boy.
It is very different. This is not the place that you left before. Oh my goodness, gotta remember everything Sam said. Okay.
Fourth wall.
Wait, let's go back.
Here we go.
Forced her hand.
It is guarded. There are troops on the street. It is
Militaristic.
militaristic. Thank you. There's not as many people in the street. There's no people selling their wares on the side corner. People have what looks like rations in storefronts instead of like come in for coffee. There's clearly some sort of shift that's occurred.
Propaganda lines every wall. There's
Thank you.
big black and
Jump
red
it.
flags hanging with strange symbols.
Oh my goodness.
They're preparing.
Forces march in the street.
Looks like they're cleaning up the streets.
For Rape Day.
Right. Right.
Well, here we are. Pull it.
Okay.
Give it a go.
You see this too, right?
I see it. This is the second time this has happened.
Oh yeah, what was
Oh,
the
yeah.
first?
Freshman year.
Sorry for the way back. Okay. So I grab the
So you feel the same tingling, strange vibrations in your molars and your toes. Do you just push past everyone in line? Because there's
a
still a
line?
line. Yeah, there's still a vendor.
Despite the militant.
yeah.
There's still like people waiting. Well, I'd imagine that we
Most of them
teleported.
are in uniform.
Well, we teleported onto like the plinth.
Yeah, like right next
It
to
was
it.
just like a crack of a teleport, and then we're here, just like with Alice's breeze.
Just like a couple of wizards and a few guards running like, hey, you can't just teleport inside city limits.
Since when? Okay. So yeah, I'll grab it, and I'll engage some time shit. So I'll hit one of my teleports again, just a little 5 feet. Time teleport. See what happens.
I gotta spin this the right way, according to my direction.
Actually, you can just decide whatever.
Shush! Don't do this.
You're the dungeon master.
You
say it's
gave
canon.
me instructions.
No, I didn't. I gave you really vague nonsense.
Your voice is God.
Your voice is God.
Yes, that's what I'm saying it to
Morgan.
I know. I didn't do enough research on the sword. Give me a break.
You didn't do any. You didn't ask about the sword.
Yeah, because I wasn't expecting
All right,
it.
so come on with something.
All right. Okay. You feel a pull, and instead of pulling the sword out, you feel yourself pulled into a realm you only know from when you were here last.
What are you just looking at the sword?
Griff is just standing there, right?
In your world, Griff is frozen with the weirdest look on his face.
Freeze.
Give him some time.
Yeah, I guess their time is frozen. You, however, are no longer what you believe to be physically there. You are now back in a world where, gosh, I can't remember if you were there. The wizard and the dragon, that was Atlas.
No, it wasn't. Oh,
What?
With the
yes.
Yeah,
I thought you were talking about the wizard and the snake.
the wizard and snake, yes, the wizard and snake.
That was Snake.
That was
Druid and the snake was him.
Druid and snake, excellent. Okay, that's where you're back.
In the field?
No, in the wait, it wasn't a field.
It was a field.
Yes, the field. Look at this memory, guys.
You're
Pull this out of nowhere.
Planet Strauss.
Good work.
Thank you. Nova is there.
Cool.
In all her
She's physically all there. It's not like there's a sword floating talking to you.
in all her horror.
Wait, I'm gonna have fun with this. You came too soon.
You just said to come and pull the sword, so I came and pulled the sword.
It seems you are not ready.
Oh my god.
That's all the instruction I got, guys. Let me go with it.
Oh. Do you want me to move over to your spot for this?
You can do it from there. Just run with my little thing here. I think it's fun. I just don't know what the sword's supposed to do for you. I'm sorry.
I don't know either.
I don't want to make mistakes.
You think I do? I don't fucking know.
It's more along the lines of technically it wouldn't doing the same thing twice wouldn't work.
Try something else. That's not the
And
right
he
spot.
sucks back onto the. That's not the right spot.
Thank
The
you.
same move, or
Just do the same thing over
Higher.
and over again
I got all this
until
stuff.
she's ready.
I can blink. I guess
Try it.
I'll blink. Time skip.
Okay, send me a text.
You have to make a judgment call, Morgan. You've got rule 0.
All right. I don't think a blink is good enough. Can I see your stuff?
My stuff?
Yeah, give me your stuff.
What stuff?
Give her your stuff.
I need
Come
a
on.
reference. I want to be real about this. I don't want to be like, I make a crafted judgment.
I don't know what you're gonna get out of that.
Perception check. That was a bad idea. No, you should tell him.
No, he can mute it.
I know, but doesn't it make a noise?
Not really. It's okay.
I mean, the fumbling off.
Most of my shit isn't written down on there.
That's okay. I like that.
Basically, you should just ratchet the sword up to +5, and it's still there after he pulls out a second one. So he pulls out like another ghost, combines it with his sword, and now he's got to do it again. But whatever.
Okay, I mean, I'll let that
What if
fly.
I put the sword in the stone and pull them both out?
Yeah, there we go. Finally, he's arrived at the solution.
Oh, I figured that from the beginning, but
Okay,
so I'll do that.
okay. So, you're merging two swords?
Yeah.
It is
I have,
intense,
like,
like
the ghost-
forcing two magnets together.
No.
The
Right?
opposite. The
Oh, it's like
Whoa! Well, I wouldn't expect there to be resistance for this.
I'm making it dramatic.
let her be-
I don't
let her
know
be
what
dramatic
he
for
had
once.
Well,
planned.
it can be doubly dramatic with attraction.
He would have felt a tugging though, and I didn't go with that. So I'm saying
Gotta tug on the sword. There you go.
Talk faster.
that's what I've been waiting for.
Alright, now grab the pommel and like tickle the pommel.
Now, to everyone else, is there still going to be a sword?
Yeah, because
Okay.
If you want to end the campaign this session,
No.
we can pull the sword out.
No, I think I get what you're saying.
A little bit of a plot drop there.
No, I think I know what you're getting at. So
This is what holds the universe together. There's a seam here, and this is holding it together.
yeah, so you are successful in pulling out this merged creation. Again, once more, there's still a sword in the stone. And you get to increase your stats, what'd you say, by +5?
The sword is now a +5 sword.
Okay.
That's pretty high.
That's pretty
It's
high.
already a +5.
Yeah, it was already +5.
Oh.
Bummer. +7?
No.
+7 is a lot.
I don't know what it is.
But this is the plot sword.
This may be the plot sword, but we can just give it another ability.
Alright.
Okay.
That's good.
Can we do something?
Cut all this out.
Yeah.
The sword.
If I can write a
What
request
about
for it,
giving
it
it
might be where it
something
comes
to
back to my
defense?
hand. So I can sell it to that
maybe
guy,
you
make a
could throw it.
ton of money, and it comes back to my hand.
You could throw the sword,
I don't want to do
and
that.
it boomerangs.
No.
Well, he already kind of does that.
What about something
That's a
for
lot
protection?
more
Like
How about
it
the
increases
sword?
his AC.
The sword of what's his name? The guy from Warcraft who is the sword master,
What if I put
What?
Volley's sword
where
in
he
this
splits
thing?
into 3 people.
Give it.
Daisho
Give me
guy?
your foot.
Oh.
Give me your foot.
The Blade Master?
Yeah, Blade Master.
Thank you.
What if I put Volley's sword in this thing?
What you want me to do?
I don't think that would work.
And then pull it?
Go.
Yeah, I don't think that would work. What you want me to say?
What if I hit Volley's sword with this thing?
Big problem, Rick.
The universe explodes.
Yeah, maybe make his sword sundering.
Ooh.
No, I'm thinking
Time Sunder?
You keep coming back to the return of the hand.
No, sundering. So you can hit other swords with your sword, and your sword will sword those swords.
Really a sword fighter.
You're becoming one.
Yeah, I know.
Well, you have proficiency with it now.
Yeah,
No.
maybe the sword will give you the ability to
Rape.
How do you
to like stab. Bleep that. To stab
Oh, he hasn't.
through time itself.
I already can do that. This is the teleport slash thing.
Yeah, you can cut through. It's the subtle knife. It's the subtle knife. You have the subtle knife. Read the Golden Compass,
I did.
and then read the subtle knife.
Boring. I don't know, man. I'm not in charge here.
You can do the
Alright, Morgan.
one piece where
If I get this
Make a
side-
judgment
walks
call.
by,
Let's end this
just does
discussion.
that, and he's
Sure.
already done the slash.
Yeah, you can do the thing where like
Super edgy, but whatever.
you're standing there, and then the sword cuts people with you moving instantly, and you're like, "Whoa!"
No, it's where
So it's
what
a
he
free
does.
action?
You have to
I
make
was
that
gonna say
noise.
it's where you're just like, and then they die.
Yeah.
Just give it like speed.
What
He
does that
already
do?
has speed. He already has an extra attack.
The sword is already overpowered.
Super overpowered.
And we gave it to the guy who doesn't like using swords.
Okay.
People, go pull the sword, go pull the sword. We had the option to go pull the sword. I went to try to pull the sword. Now I'm the bad
Make
guy.
the sword like a
No, the bad guy is Morgan for A, letting you, and B, nagging you to go pull the sword.
Did my fall for impersonating a sword?
Yeah. So,
You should do this thing. I hope he doesn't.
You should do this thing. Well, I have an option to do that thing.
there's
The
a...
game has broken. Please
Literally,
back up.
Sam said that last time. You even had a personal conversation. Go back and pull me out. And you're like, all right. Well,
I didn't think about it last time.
Guess when it's in a real
I
woman's
just
voice.
thought about it now, where I was like, oh yeah, Alice can get me back there. I mean, it's kind of useful. We see that the Nazis have taken over.
Yeah.
So, I mean,
not-
that's important.
It's just preparing for war. They're not Nazis.
It seems like it's Nazis.
Poor Nova's.
That's because Sam added the Nazis.
They got style. What
We're
can I
gonna
say?
cut that out.
I don't think we're going to cut it out. Strix has been taken over by a Nazi.
Maybe it's Strix.
Strix
This
the
is me
sword?
not even
The
knowing.
sword of Strix. Now you have.
No. The sword is
Water.
older than Strix.
Okay.
It's creation. I told you, creation from the beginning. There's a line. Don't look at the
Creation.
end and the beginning.
You have the
It's a
ability to create life
Anchoring.
with the sword.
It is an anchoring weapon.
Yeah.
Okay.
Which means... Come on, Internet.
What does it do? Bar dimensional travel?
As a swift action, the sword can be fixed in a point in space as an immovable rod. That's not what I was thinking of.
That sounds cool.
But that it can do that too.
Take that. Write it.
You can do that. Sure. Just add more things.
Yeah, it's an immovable rod now. So like
Yeah.
if a door is closing, I can just...
We gave like a Pac-Man bow to Chris. But you get
I
the
did that.
sword of creation.
Wow, that was like level 2.
Well, I also have a Pac-Man sword.
Yeah, Pac-Man.
And I also have a great sword.
That was
And
I
level
think I need a
5.
+5 bow or something.
Yeah, I feel like some of us have some really good stuff, and others have been dead.
supposed to use it, though. I'm not designed to run up front and smack people.
Thank God we're going to give daggers of
Keen death.
Speaking of which, I fucking healed my
Phase locking,
friends.
that's what it was. So things cannot teleport, it's a dimensional anchor spell if you
I
stab
cure my
somebody with
wounds.
it. That's what I was thinking of.
Okay,
Sword of Cure
'Cause
Light
that
Wounds.
makes sense for the sword.
What
get
is it?
that.
It's when you stab someone with them, they are affected by the dimensional anchoring spell.
They can't get out of there.
Explain it.
So they can't teleport away, they can't phase shift away. They
Yeah, so we can stab Atlas.
So it
with
has anchoring, or it has that other.
The
It's
other
also
one,
a sword of cancer. If you stab them, they have cancer. If they didn't kill them, wait a couple months.
So Sam, I have a couple of questions for you.
No.
Yes. So when you find a magic item online, half of it is what it costs. The price. Half
So
of it.
at the top it has the market price, and at the bottom it has the crafting price.
Yeah, it's all the way at the bottom of the description.
Okay. And then second, one of the things were outsiders evil for Slayer, and
That
what is-
depends on the outsiders, because outsiders
be
include devils,
angels.
demons, angels, gods.
it says evil, just evil.
Evil outsiders. So any outsiders that are evil, so demons, devils, evil gods.
Okay. So it's not just all right.
So Havoc.
Half of Havoc.
Havoc's blood.
Yeah.
The
So,
fluid portion of that.
so I guess now we're just standing there, and I have just the sword's like glowing a little. And
Yeah,
then
so-
it fades back, and then
The sword that's still in the stone has started to become transparent. You're taking more and more of it.
what do you think? Hit it with something else?
Is everybody alive?
I think you've done enough.
I think I've done enough for now.
That's the most realistic replica I've ever seen, dude. It's so fake, though. He's like 12 drinks in.
Do the other people
There's
see
no,
like the
there was
swords?
He smokes a fat
there was
cloud.
no day drinking
no
allowed
day
in Porta
drinking.
Nova.
The guard just like, hey, wait a minute.
Slit his throat.
No, just like handcuffs them.
God.
Do,
He's
can the
dragged
other
out of
people
there.
see that the sword's becoming transparent?
Probably at this
Yeah,
point.
probably. It's now obvious.
They just watched me walk over with a replica, go, pull out a glowing replica, and it started like going away. And then Atlas and I just probably.
Get out! Nope, they're gone.
Although, should we like ask somebody what's going on around here?
Yeah, let's at least find out.
Yeah, it's
Well,
important.
by the looks of it, they're getting ready for war.
War, right?
Yeah.
Yeah.
War.
Who can we ask?
Actually,
Actually, this seems like something Starcraft should have told us.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Who's been texting her, fools?
Send nudes.
She stopped answering her phone.
So who should we go ask?
We're gonna return to the elevators
Oh,
because we're no longer peasants.
You could also.
that's true. We're very wealthy men.
Okay.
You could do the belt and tell us something's going on.
No. We don't have. Well, he has the belt.
Yes, he does. Or do you? Or did you give it to?
I think this.
I think I took the belt back.
Yeah, I gave it back to you.
Yeah.
So wait, the other half was on a horse last time, wasn't it?
He probably took it off.
Gosh, I hope we
Jump
took it
off
off.
the cliff and hit it.
Alright, so you wander over to the elevators. Having
Is Mofo still?
Oh, it's just complete.
Good God! He's just muscle.
now
Oh, smash! Like he's a guy 30 straight.
Mofo is exactly the
It's
rock.
like the picture of really buff Luigi, where it just says, "That's life on this bitch of an earth."
now here's a question. The sword is inside of the city, right? He doesn't have to pass the front gates.
No.
So he's not going to see his friend who wants his shoes.
Yeah, that guy's...
Dang it. Alright. So you reach the elevators, and there are 2 guards on either side now, clearly much more regulated. You don't see the same whimpering old man that took paperwork
sure he
from
got
last
killed.
time.
That guy got fired.
Yeah, he got
I'm
fired.
sure he did.
That's the one that I got fired.
Yeah. Papers, please.
Don't you know who we are?
Do you want to smooze them, Atlas?
Okay.
You're working on your diplomacy, right?
Yeah,
Extra diplomacy.
that doesn't apply.
I know, because it's not actual
I'm
diplomacy.
not using diplomacy. 30. I'm going to look at this guy and I'm going to tell him, I've got very important business with the college. It'd be very wise for you to step aside, young man.
Because he's probably young. I will get you aboard as soon as I can have those papers. I'll even escort you there myself. Just Please follow procedure.
Memory lapse.
Atlas prepares a spell.
Yeah, let's hear it.
He prepares sending. And then he does a sending message.
Sound it.
Who's it? Who's it to?
Message to who? To Stella.
Yeah.
We need her. We need her guidance. We need her to come and meet us. We're gonna meet her, so she's got to come here. She's gonna get us.
Can she
Teleport?
teleport?
I don't know.
Yes.
Is she a magician?
Yeah.
Wizard?
She
All
teaches
wizards.
conjuration, teleporting, and dimensional travel.
Yeah, so she's probably pretty good at that. She
Okay.
probably knows that we're back. Actually,
Didn't she have like a teleportation
Well, she probably
circle
knows
in her
that
house?
you're back.
actually, yeah, she does.
I think she does.
Or the college does.
We've got one.
Are you constantly casting anti-scrying on yourself?
No.
Okay.
Oh yeah, then she knows you guys are here. Okay, so she'll come and meet you. Can they teleport out of the college without any issues?
Oh, certainly.
Yeah,
Out?
unless something's changed.
Okay, so she will teleport out to meet you guys, and she will give a thorough tongue lashing to the guard who wouldn't let you on.
Out in the open?
Yeah, right. People are watching.
Oh my goodness! What news?
What news? What news here?
Yeah.
What's going on?
Things have turned downhill. I sent you some messages.
Send it. It's like her thing beeps. Oh, you don't have the phone anymore. Does this have anything to do with like a land traveling city thing?
Wait a minute. There's two reasons.
Ingru is dead.
First off, absolutely, we've lost almost all of our food that was being transported here. We're on rations. It's trade has gone down. We're in a real dire situation, and I'm sure you've heard there's a war across the ocean. What do I know about this?
Somewhere else, Victus is just sitting there and goes, shit. I should have told somebody else.
Oh, so you're like the only one who knows?
I'm the one of two people who knew it. He was just like, I'm not going to think about it.
Okay, my memory is
Well,
good.
this is the first I'm hearing of this.
I'm not with you guys, am I?
No.
No.
They're warring
Just
against
them.
his state, right, or something?
Yeah.
Like that?
Yeah. And we've been called as allies to assist, but on such dire situations that we're under ourselves, we're fighting among ourselves for food and resources, but we're certainly, what's it mean when you're bringing together? Rallying our forces. Look at that. Pulled that out of nowhere. Here we go.
Oh, congratulations.
Sorry. Guys, I'm doing all right. Come on.
Good.
Thank you.
You're fine.
Does she know about the mountains?
Yeah.
Okay. And
I'm pretty sure all of the college knows about the mountains because
Oh.
they ate Angu.
Okay. And of course you know the reason why Angu is gone.
Okay, well, I'm going to stop you here. Stop assuming we know anything, because we don't.
Well, we know about the mountain monster.
We know about the monster.
We just don't know anything about the mountain
Yeah,
monster.
so we know nothing.
Right.
So that's a really long, roundabout way of saying we don't know
Well, I
anything.
know a little
We
bit.
don't know anything.
Well, what the hell is the deal with the mountain monster?
All right. How much did Volley tell me?
Edgy sword guy did not tell us anything.
I know.
Folly?
They're really ancient creatures with their own civilizations that are on them, moving cities. What else do I know? There's five of them.
Evidently hostile.
Yeah.
They eat risks.
There's five of them, right? They are constantly looking for sources of energy, and I believe, I'm almost 100% guys, that there's five of them.
There's plural.
Yeah.
That stuff you eat.
There's, where are my notes? There's a pig,
7 deadly sins.
there's a whale,
Whoa.
a bear.
Warthog.
I have notes, but pretend that I knew all five off the top of my head, and that they all ranged in size, and the smallest one was the one that you saw.
No.
There you go.
Pretty.
I'm gonna do it in Morgan terms, not Stella Starcrest
That was the
terms.
smallest one.
A pig is definitely smaller than a whale or a
Is
bear.
Strix doing something about those?
Strix has been mysteriously absent. You would know more about this as the DM for that. Would that be accurate for him?
If he's been doing
We're
something
throwing
about
all.
it.
We've had like 6 sessions of nothing but bullshit.
No one gave me notes, guys. I think I'm doing all right considering this is other people's storylines.
Good thing I told Morgan also about my storyline. Did you know the Church of Victus is killing everybody?
I hate you all. Actually, I think I'm handling this pretty well.
You're fine.
Oh, thank you, guys.
We were only supposed to be at the tree.
You fucked it up by coming here.
When he is around, he looks tired and drained, but he disappears for long stretches of time. I'm pulling in the other storyline here now. I mean, this is actually kind of good because I remember everything. He goes down to the basement and tinkers in his workshop. He doesn't let anyone visit him. There. Suck it, guys. I remember everything.
Something in the basement.
The basement of the college.
I've only heard one word. Metal Gear.
The moral of the story is buy Metal Gear 3.
Everything's
They're
gone to
building
hell.
something in Africa.
So they're
A
just.
weapon to surpass Metal Gear.
What about the increasing work rates?
They haven't reached us yet, but they've been...
They were stopped in their tracks
Yeah, we did kind
when
of
all the orcs got wiped out
kill them all.
I mean, we killed every orc on the planet.
We killed.
on this continent.
We definitely killed the warriors, and then somebody killed.
So
the
we
other
killed.
part.
That's what I'm saying. So
And the women.
we killed
and
all
the
of them,
children, too.
even the younglings.
Well, I think there's
well,
more orcs
Havoc
in those
did.
mountains.
That's what I'm saying. So there's probably
imagine there'd be
another
some more.
like war party that comes out. I don't know.
Yeah. But it sounds like Strix is up to something.
Sounds like it.
Anything you know about this?
Would Stella know about that? I'm new here. I'm a new teacher. I do know that sword looks like a great replica. Would she sense magic?
A well-enchanted replica.
Yeah,
Oh,
a
it's no
well-enchanted
replica.
replica. Looks great.
Pulled it right from the stone,
I'm sure you did.
straight from the source.
Sure you did.
Time and stuff.
I saw it.
Well,
I
if
saw it.
that's so, you have a lot of research to do.
I touched time once.
Was it?
No.
Rape day.
Oh my goodness, guys.
Does anybody?
Could have edited it out, but now there's no chance.
Oh, it's established now. It's a thing. It's gonna be an episode.
No, we can voice it over with like
No, it's a thing.
peaches.
Peaches Day. Every time it's like, yeah, like Peaches Day. And no matter who says it, Peaches Day.
You're welcome. It's peaches.
And people on listen like, that's not that funny. Why is this so funny?
Oh my goodness.
So it sounds like Strix is up to something. So we should probably check that out before we go back. Also, is there any magic sword teachers? You would probably know more about that.
Magic sword teachers?
Sure, that we know about this. Or
What about a self-defense teacher?
He probably doesn't know about that. He probably just knows
against
how
the
to
dark arts.
fight. He doesn't really know.
It's a mage's college.
Yeah, so there should be like a mage who's like a historian. Or
There's probably
Oh, wait.
sword play.
Sam.
Dr. the campus. Would paladins learn to fight with magical swords? Because there is a paladin,
Guild.
soldier guild, yeah. Would they
But would
fight with
paladins
magic
know-
swords?
So I don't need somebody to teach me how to
Don't worry.
use the sword.
I know a trainer.
I need people to
His
tell me
name is
about
Ann
the sword.
Salin.
Somebody who perhaps has very high spellcraft check, who can, or whatever the fuck it's called, appraisal checks, that can tell me what the sword is and what it's doing.
They would just be able to tell you it's worth a lot of money.
Fuck, I already know
Can't
that.
Silver do that? Doesn't he have like?
Silver doesn't know anything about it.
Doesn't he have the ability that lets him like search time?
Okay, listen, I need someone with plot.
Use legend lore.
Yeah, something like that, where they can be like, hey, even though Nova kind of told me about it, I need more. Unlimited power.
I think that's a mystery for another dungeon master.
We also gotta find out what Strix is doing.
Oh my
I don't know
goodness.
how exactly we're going to
I
get into
planned all this tree stuff.
We could probably just go back and find out later.
Alright guys, just so you know, I got a 30-minute warning.
For the session?
For the session, it's 9:30.
10. Okay.
Let's go back.
Let's resurrect Morbrim and be done with it. Yeah.
We'll come back after we get her back.
Just letting you know. That wasn't
We're
meant
talking
to,
about this
That
in
wasn't
front
meant to scare you or
In front of
anything.
her.
Stella is like, yeah, I'd hope that you would resurrect Morgrim. How's that going, by the way?
Oh, yeah, we're getting there. Yeah, it's at the part where Whiskers does his dance, and then we have to stab him, take all his heart, and put it into the egg. Yeah, we're getting there.
The fall equinox is almost upon us.
It's like 2 months away.
Hey, do you know where...
No, a month and a half has passed, Griff.
What? No.
Do you have any idea where we can find Morgrim's soul?
Yeah, that's important too.
It should have stayed with you the whole time.
Uh-oh.
Well, we can look through that little Wind Waker, ironical Wind Dream Catcher.
Yeah,
Yeah,
that might work.
Yeah.
Hopefully.
sure. In fact, they probably thought about it already.
Yeah, they've probably done it,
They
right?
probably done it. We can get back. The thing is going to be built. We're not going to have to do anything.
It's gonna be good. We've only been gone for like an hour.
While
Right.
they're doing this, I'm gonna go to the Dreamcatcher.
I need to get some booze first, though.
I open up the quill too.
So we're going to
Yeah, read all
restock.
the messages.
You read the messages. All right, so Dr. Campus,
87 unread messages.
there are voicemails from Stella. There's attachments. There's messages. They show
Oh, attachments.
Oh, Jesus. They show photos of the banners, the increased soldiers. They show the, ration portions, people coming in, people being drafted. They show the photos of the ships, being traded and
Your
pillaged.
draft notice.
We want you.
We want all of you.
Well, not, you know.
Some of them are photos of the aftermath of Orm, having some of her assistants had gone out and helped some of the cleanup and movement of the villagers that you had sent back to Portanova. Clearly, this decrease has been happening over several months. Check their messages.
I would assume I probably checked them, but okay.
I'm a little distracted.
Well,
I've been
Atlas,
busy teleporting.
Alice and Griff are going to, restock, get some booze, get some shit, and then we're going to teleport back. So while we did all of that,
Okay.
I'm sure they did.
Just minus the gold for your
Well, he's buying
wines.
Atlas buys more fine rations.
I just follow him around for the day. I finally have those euros for silver
Right
that
on.
we talked about an hour ago.
All right, let's hear it.
All right. So how much can I spend on him a day?
We have 66,000 left.
Okay, I'm going to need to use 21,000 of that.
Okay. It's straight 21,000, no odd.
21,344, and that will be. When you're done.
What is it?
So for greater slaying, it will be for outsiders, evil, monstrous, humanoid, and dragons. And that will be 2 for those, so that's 6 of the greater. Alright. Which comes to 12,192. So now that's 3, and then 2, and 2. And then of the lesser greater is going to be 8 of those, and that's 4 for humanoids orc and 4 for goblinoid.
Is this something I'm supposed to be minusing, or are you just announcing?
Announcing.
Okay. Guys, I've got 44,000 left if anyone wants anything.
Nope.
Awesome, thank you.
I need to save up another 30,000.
Yeah, I'll let you know if I get something, but otherwise.
That's fine. Just wanted to let you know.
Can I enchant the funky blade that I have? Just enchant it straight up?
Does that cost anything from
So,
magic users, or?
You can replace enchantments on something.
But you can't upgrade it? So I'd have to get another knife.
You'd have to get a better knife and feed it to it.
Yeah.
If you were to replace the enchantment, you might not be able to liquidate it anymore.
Liquidate?
Make it transform into other things.
Oh, okay.
Your
I'd
little knife
effectively
shakes his head at you.
So I'd have to make something.
He makes a little,
Little hangman.
Yep.
So I'm gonna... Okay, I can try to look up some good knife stuff.
I will write a letter to Doom,
Righto.
and then I will, Doom. Looking for that bird.
The raven appears.
Alright. I will coax it down.
It comes down to you and
Alright,
holds
I'll
out a leg.
grab
Oh, jeez.
I fucking know you're Morgan! You're the soul, aren't you?
It squawks sheepishly.
Alright. I tie it up with some string. Because I have 200 feet of twine, so I just cocoon this little bird. I'm like, alright. You're not going anywhere.
It's still holding on its leg with like a face.
No, you're not taking the letter.
It makes this for you with its feet.
We need... You're Morgan, right? Yes or no? Just shake your head yes.
Right?
Just stick it in my pocket.
Alright.
Truth.
Alright. Victus, did you want to do anything with the soul? Yes.
I go to Victus. I go to Victus, and I take the little tied up bird. I'm like, could you look at this through the catcher?
All right, I look through.
It's pure white.
I don't see anything. It's pure white.
Okay. That's like a thing, though, right?
Is it? I don't know. I'm not a shaman.
Look at another Tengu.
All right, I look at another Tengu.
You can see like a.
You can't see living creatures. Oh, you can't see living creatures with it.
For people, you just kind of see like an outline, maybe a little kind of soul, like circle energy.
You can see.
I can see through it.
So this is pure white, which means it's not a living creature, which means it's a soul. I'm just like shaking this little bird around.
This feather's just fluming.
Yeah, I think that's a soul.
Okay.
That's
So
probably her
I'll hang
soul.
on to this.
Have you tried communicating?
Sorry, I just really bumped my microphone.
Ooh,
Tried
that's loud.
communicating with her?
Kinda.
Doesn't someone
The
have
bird
talk
is
with
like
animals?
unconscious, having been shooken so much.
Who has
Sorry,
talk with animals? Someone has it. Zool?
I think
Oh, no, speak with the
Morgan
Abrams.
did. Morgan had
Someone
it.
else has it too.
Probably Stella.
Steno.
Jeanette's character, yeah.
Yeah, Jeanette, poor Jeanette.
Alright, I'll give it a seed.
It takes it.
Alright. So we're just gonna hang on to this for however long.
You're good with animals, man. Why have you tied it up? Oh my goodness.
Clip its wings.
Oh no. Oh goodness me. Okay. So, just give me a head shake, Atlas. Do you take Griff back?
Yeah.
Okay. Okay. So.
Real reason I went to Port Nova.
So all of you guys reconvene. The nest is looking fantastic. This is a larger than bathtub sized nest. Easily could fit an entire human. The nest will, the egg will fit nicely in it. You guys have laid in the down all at the base. Actually, do you guys put it all together? Like, do you just take the initiative and put the egg in and whatnot?
Might as well.
I would imagine.
Okay, so the nest itself is out on like some intertwining branches, and then it's built up. You can still stand around it. There's branches that come up and around it. The nest is laid, as I mentioned, with the down of the phoenix feather. It's red, and they're kind of fluffy and up around it. The egg itself is laid in it. The consistency is now much harder and firmer, like a real egg. It's not sloppy and squishy, and there's no sound of water inside. There's no outline of Morgrim either.
Atlas puts down the miniature sculpture of Morgrim.
Mm-hmm. Do you look pleased? Do you say anything?
It looks
put
like
the bird
Atlas
next
is
to it.
thinking happy thoughts.
I'll take it.
It looks like it.
Closest I'm going to get you drinking. We will simply wait for all members to come together and we will begin, says the old crone who has made her way up to the nest.
Is Brokebeak anywhere around?
So, the Tengu that are around are the crow that you saw earlier that went through your things. He's shiftily eyeing you all. He looks oddly familiar. Of course, Talon, the eagle, he's been communing with you, so he's telling jokes and asking how you're doing, and he even had helped show you where the best spots to get twigs and such were, and talked with you on your walks.
These are the best twigs.
yeah, well, they have to fall from the tree. You can't be like cutting them off the tree. There's food being served. Of course, berries, nuts, and seeds, but also like roast meats. No birds. There's no pheasant or anything. And some of the Tengu are strumming some instruments just off in the background, but clearly they're getting ready for a celebration. There's no real like flags or decorations like that, but the fungus grows glows extra bright, and people are wearing their fancy dress outfits. Brokebeak has shined his beak and has repainted his feathers and is strutting his stuff all about, not really talking with anyone, more at people about how great he is. And that's the general feel of the evening, of the almost beginning of the day, I should say, so early morning before we get started. Anything people want to do before I start to explain the directions from the old crone?
I light up some incense sticks.
I'll probably take a shot.
Take a shot.
Pour some out for the homies.
Third day. All right, I can do this.
Atlas has his brand new dress shoes of dexterity.
Oh, actually, I have an idea for a magic item, but I first have to ask a question because I'm still not confident on this knife.
Mm-hmm.
So, if I were to make something like a +3 dagger of speed, okay, and combine it with the knife, would it replace the returning?
Let's see. What's the total of bonus it currently has? Because it's got returning, it's got +2,
And it's got throwing.
it's got throwing.
Does it have throwing?
Yeah.
Okay.
So that's like +4 or
That's
+5.
+4.
It's +4.
Yeah.
So that would take away the +2 to a +3 to make it a +5. And then speed, I think, is another +2, which is only a +7. It can go up to +10, so yeah.
So if
It'll
I
add.
just,
It'll keep adding.
it'll just add.
Yeah.
So I don't need to add returning to that and throwing to that.
Yeah, you'll be fine.
Okay, then I'm going to commission 2 things.
Okay.
And the first one is and this is 18,000 for the first one,
Okay.
which is halved, so 6,000.
Oh, you gotta give me that.
Sorry, I should give you. Sorry, 18,000 halved is 9,000. I'll give you the half that I use,
Thank you.
which is a speed dagger, and then I'm going to enchant
It
my.
needs to be at least +1 before it can have speed.
Yeah, so it'd be a +3 dagger of speed, right?
Be a plus. Yeah.
But that's a +5 bonus. And that's how you calculate the total.
Oh.
You don't add them together. It's compounding.
Okay,
So +5 bonus is something squared times.
So that'll be 25k. So that's the only thing.
Okay, so
$25,000 +3
Oh.
dagger of speed.
it's not 9,000, it's 25,000,
Would be half of 25,000, I think.
Half of 25.
which is
Is that right?
No, it's 50,000 normally, and so I give you the half value.
the 9,000.
25.
Okay, instead of 9,000 or in addition
Instead
to
of
that?
9,000.
Instead of so
Okay.
So I take a dagger. It's a +1 dagger, and then +3, right? So I'd be a +4 dagger actually, right? This is the math. I'm just making sure.
Because it needs to be at least a +1 weapon before it can have any bonuses.
And then I put
it's a +3 enchantment for speed.
Yes. So okay. So now it is
25.
a +4 instead. I apologize. It's 16,000.
16,000 gold to make this dagger, which will just give him speed on his regular dagger.
Yes.
There
then
you
I'm
go.
going to get a second dagger,
Okay.
which will be speed and returning.
And that costs?
Oh, just a separate dagger.
So I have 2 daggers that are speed and returning, so I can throw them both. They come back, and then I throw them both again, and come back, and then if you're dual wielding with a speed dagger on your left hand, is it getting an extra attack as well?
No. I
No?
don't think so.
Okay,
So
I
just
only
get a
need-
returning dagger.
Yeah, so I'm going to put returning onto a mithril dagger, which will just be 1,000.
Well, it needs to be a +1 dagger, so you need to make it at least a +2 dagger.
No, it's already got a...
Well,
No,
because
no, it
that's-
doesn't. You're right.
Yeah.
Okay, so it'll be 2,000.
Magic items, man. Magic items.
So in total, that is 18,000.
I'm doing imparts now.
It's fine.
2,000.
So I'll minus the 18,000. And that gives me an additional attack, right?
Yeah, the speed gives you +1 attack.
Yep.
At your highest bonus. And you now have 2 returning daggers, which is good.
And my mithril dagger is my dagger of returning, my fancy dagger. That's still +2 technically.
Yes.
Yeah. Okay.
Oh my goodness.
Okay.
Hold on.
Don't worry about the magic item price, because silver probably can't make much more. Let's just do the ritual.
Okay. Alright, so, to begin, please each person say a word of warmth to ignite the down.
Blood is warm, right?
Fire.
About Morgan, please. Anything. This is just stroking my ego, so just go for it.
Do you want my speech?
She liked orphans.
I'll take it.
I step up to the plinth.
I think we're just
The
standing
nest.
in a circle.
Yeah, you just...
Yeah, we're just in a ring around them.
I holding hands on either side of the people around me, because I'm assuming they're like,
Kumbaya.
welcome. I say, I remember when Morgan, despite having actually no connection with the man, spent days upon days trying to come up with a way to cure a man's poison who had been stabbed, ironically enough, by a fellow Tengu.
True.
He died anyway.
In the end, he meant nothing to her beyond his humanity, dwarf-anity. And yet she...
Humanoidity.
Humanity. And yet she spent as much time as she could to keep him alive. He later died by getting crushed by a giant tree.
That's the way of things.
Circle of life.
It is known.
Christ.
Amen.
I'm not part of that.
Does he even have a clergy? They just swear.
It's a great party.
Like, fuck you!
They love the party.
Atlas in Tengu.
Ooh. Show off.
Presumably I said mine in all 11 languages I know. Including Infernal?
Oh my goodness.
Her incessant chattering helped me learn this language.
I'm just marking to make sure everyone says something. Can't get escaped.
Oh, jeez. Dr. Hippocampus steps up.
She was a good order.
Morgan, although strange, did work hard to save the paladins who have succumbed to the red poison.
No, she
No,
didn't.
that was Whistler.
That was Whiskers.
Jesus Christ!
She would have.
I can't believe you mistook the poor bird for the person who murdered her.
The ritual fails.
Alright, go home. Alright. You gotta wait another year. That's all we had.
I'm sorry.
This is like our 1-year anniversary too, which is just so happens to be.
Is it?
Yeah, because we started at in autumn.
Oh, yeah, okay.
Yeah, this is
Not
fall
real
now.
life.
I got you. I was like, wait, what?
Seasons.
And I started playing with you guys in December.
No. In universe.
Yeah.
Anniversary.
You were there since the beginning.
Yeah, so what actually do you say?
No, it's in the fucking...
Yeah, you can keep thinking.
It's
Azul, you got
awkward.
something?
I guess I go up and say, I remember when I first met Morgrim, I thought she could only squawk, but it was I was surprised when I realized she could actually talk. She was a great bird person.
That's fine.
Whistler, do you have anything to say? What memories do you have of Whistler?
The blade felt clean when it comes.
I'm responsible for why we're all here and for her demise. There is not a day that goes by that I do not regret that action. She was an innocent.
Morgrim was a fool.
Oh, jeez.
She helped, she healed, she trusted, and she died. But she helped me. She healed me. She trusted me. And she died for me. So I owe her. Death rules my land, and we are ruled by it. But it should not rule here. It should not rule her. She deserves better. Let there be justice. Let her live.
That's touching.
Just Doctor
That's
left.
a hobgoblin speech.
I did not understand what he said, but
Yeah, did you say it in Goblin?
No, I said in
Okay.
but that's a hobgoblin-esque speach.
although she was not a doctor,
Oh my goodness.
Be careful with your words.
That's the only way he relates to people. Although she was technically the lesser of us. Because she was not a doctor.
Zul may be racist, but he's not judgmental.
although she wasn't a doctor,
What? That's like not even...
Let the man speak.
I might be a racist, but at least I don't hate the Dutch.
Oh my goodness.
although she wasn't a doctor, she performed well in
What
upholding
a
the
sad, pathetic creature.
Shut up, Jesus! She upheld the oath, the pillars of the Hippocratic oath
So
Did
now
that-
Hippocrates is a thing.
Yeah, Hippocrates is now real.
to help others whenever possible, and to never deny treatment to those in need.
It's not the Hippocratic oath.
So that being said, with the final words of warmth, the down feathers themselves glow and get bright and ignite, and flames wrap up and swirl up around this egg. The fire itself doesn't seem to be burning the wood or the egg itself. It does give off a lovely warmth, but you can pass your fingers through it without it harming you. And with that, the music starts to play and the celebration begins. There is, Atlas, excellent wine from like the largest wine berries you've ever seen.
Immaculate.
Yeah. And despite the fact that Tengu don't live very long, they keep their wine for very long periods of time.
Multi-generational.
So there is eating, drinking, partying, and Whistler himself has
Fucking dancing!
begins the dance, and he swirls and swoops and jumps, and it's emotional, it's poetic, and he dances the night away.
Sexual.
Stop it.
Alright,
How do you guys want to spend your celebration? Getting toasted?
and this is on the very top of the very tallest tree.
Yup.
I'm gonna get some marshmallows.
So let's see. They have a marshmallow substitute, kind of, I guess, would be
I
made
bought
of...
some. I bought
Oh,
some in Portobello.
go for it.
I was ready for the bonfire. I got chocolate and everything.
I'll have some of that.
Yeah, let's gather around. There we go.
So it doesn't act like real fire, so you can't cook anything over Morgan, but there are other cooking sources up in the top of the tree.
It's like right in the flame, too.
Oh!
Magic fire. am I
That looks
right?
about done.
Scorching ray. There we go.
Yeah, you're...
Oh my goodness.
Does that do D6 damage against you?
It's the mushroom. Yes.
Oh.
I didn't actually buy those things. I bought alcohol. Marshmallow schnapps.
So since I only have control over Whistler, I can only say that he dances the whole night, but do you guys want to partake in some of the Tengu foods and drinks?
I do not have any sex with the Tengu.
They're not
glad that you have
interested
to
in you.
specify that.
It's not the mating season. No one hits on you at all.
It's not the full moon, is it?
Oh my
Oh,
goodness.
is it the full moon?
We've gone through 2 months. Oh my goodness, I'm so sorry. I forgot.
Presumably we do the same thing.
We throw them in the
Rope tricks.
the
we
rope
rope
trick.
Get up there.
Wait a minute. The fall equinox, is that on a full moon, guys?
This year, I have no idea.
Okay, good.
Fall equinox is just it's Earth based, not moon based.
Okay, so this is falling on the fall equinox. According to the crone, this is the night when the physical and spiritual world merge the most.
What does the crone know about
That,
this sword?
unfortunately, it does sound full moonish.
Look it up. Just look up fall equinox for me.
Does it matter?
Why this year though? We're not this world.
Yeah,
I was going to say the definition of fall equinox.
because it has anything vaguely to do with astronomy, so he thinks moon. Because werewolves think moon.
Hey, Crone. That's the sacrifice part.
Real universe, dude.
Mm-hmm.
The sacrifice part? Mm-hmm. Yeah, getting up to that?
It depends. Did you find her soul as ass?
Is this it?
Is the bird still tied up?
We started this thing without knowing if we had the soul?
No, we knew we had the soul. We were mostly sure we had the soul.
That twined up bird?
Well,
It's
like
a messenger.
bird. Yeah.
Would you like to let her go?
So I was right.
We can find out.
Oh, can you commune with birds?
Yeah.
Now's a good time.
Squawk, 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 squawk.
So that only works on birds, right?
Yeah.
The bird doesn't respond in any manner. It just,
It's not a bird.
What? Then it's the
It's
soul.
a devil.
Do you let go of it?
Yes.
Alright, upon releasing the, Havoc releasing the bird, the raven flies up, swoops over, and dives into the flames.
There we go.
Yes.
Bird.
I really hope that was the bird.
I don't think that was it.
Because otherwise,
Morgrim's body comes back with a different
if it's-
soul
if
in
it's
it.
not her,
Abby, something
we can
or
just
other.
kill her.
Oh my goodness.
Start all over.
The flames now change color to be white.
was that the sacrifice?
Let's hope.
It is not.
Okay, because that bird.
Of course it's not.
The sacrifice happens
about-
at dawn,
what about
right
him?
before the rebirth.
I put my
what?
hand on Whistler's shoulder while he's dancing.
Yeah, he's dancing with him.
I hope you have all your affairs in order.
I put my
You're
hand
gonna
on
die.
Victus's shoulder. You sure we don't need to throw you in?
You could try. I'm going to use an escape artist check.
No, I'm not holding on to you. I just put my hand on your shoulder.
Alright, then this is just acrobatics. 22, I flip away.
Okay.
Off the edge. Backhand swing. He's in trouble. That's a mile drop.
He's got like 5 minutes.
So this party, which lasts all day and into the night, surprisingly does not seem to tire you guys. Whatever food and wine you're being offered seems to be reviving you. You have tons of energy. You feel like you could take on the world.
Is
take
Whistler
over the
eating and
world.
drinking, or is he starting to
He's
wear out?
dancing. He has not stopped dancing.
I approach Havoc, slightly inebriated.
Havoc is facing north, utterly silent, his back to the flames.
Havoc, you ever thought that maybe this practice is like not good? Like
Victus.
maybe we're gonna die. Oh,
Have you ever thought that maybe this practice is bad?
yeah.
Like maybe we could
I
die?
thought the same thing too. Like,
Havoc,
it
have you
could
been
be-
thinking that too?
They might be fattening us up. I've eaten a lot of food.
I think. Don't tell him. Are they cannibals? I think Griff is in love with time.
I'm not sure what that means.
I think
but
I saw him making out with her.
that sounds incestuous.
That's all I'm saying. And he floats away. Just floats away.
Get into the absinthe.
Does anyone else get funny with the food and drink?
Oh yeah, there's a smoked pig.
You still got the acid.
Oh, you know what? I'm going to sneak up to the
Crone? Pro peak?
No, I'm going to sneak up to the punch bowl. Just 2 drops. We'll stir. And then, of course, I pour myself on.
Oh my goodness! Do you drink it?
Yeah, of course. But it's a large punch bowl. And they only put it in
You
2 drops.
still have fun for the next hour.
All right.
Like you're stroking Taza's hair and it feels great. You think it's her
Really
hair.
breaking the mold.
You like touch her hair and you see colors move.
Every time you speak, cartoon words come out of your mouth.
What if we're all just like actors?
What if there's somebody in a different world telling us what to do?
Have I been sitting on this couch for too long?
Alright, how about this? Everyone who drinks the punch gets strange visions of some really rumpled looking young individuals around a table who have glasses of water and strange napkins on the table and nuts and a weird metal black
Before
thing.
an altar with many knobs.
Yes. And they get these weird visions.
I'm flipping out, man. It's like they're speaking me.
Okay, so the hour's while away.
Yes. At first light, the nest and flames seem to shift. The feathers themselves kind of lift up into the air like ash and dissipate. The egg itself kind of folds open like a flower. There's no liquid that comes out. Hey.
That must be the sacrifice.
It's more of a mist being released.
Someone better flip those eggs.
I know a thing or two about omelets, and
there's kind of like a strange shifting, and all the wood at the base of the nest starts to kind of grow up around the egg, kind of forming almost like a pillar.
Group ball.
And it closes shut. At this point, Whistler has spent all day and all night dancing. He is utterly exhausted. There are tears streaming down his face. Other people who have been watching his dance are emotional. He is sweating. He is absolutely at the end of his rope. And he spins and spins and spins, and with his last spin, he collapses at the base of the nest. And the branches, the twigs kind of form little branches and slowly wrap around him and pull him into the column.
I guess we're just gonna let this happen.
are we?
Oh my.
We do have an axe.
We could probably stop that from happening.
The very top of the pillar starts to crack, and these branches just simply, one at a time, from the top to the bottom, fall away, down all the way to the base of the floor, and right before they hit the ground, they kind of into nothingness, just splintering and turning to dust. Yes.
Doctor, your boyfriend's going away. Into that there branch.
You're just gonna let that happen?
So here's drink this.
You're just gonna let that happen?
What is it?
It's alchemist kindness. It'll help.
I'll try it.
This again reveals the now curled open egg, and two figures can be seen, almost making a yin-yang shape. One completely white.
69.
One completely black. The first to rise is the complete white figure, which is clearly Morgrim, but this time, while she's still a raven, she is all white. Like the crone, with little hints of gold tips on the edges of some of her feathers, little hints of color here and there. And when she opens her wings, they're a little dew and crest, a little wet, much like a monarch butterfly, very much like becoming the goo and reforming. And she's got her new form.
Nasty.
Yeah. The two halves of the egg are slowly kind of separating into the pieces of the silky skin, almost looking completely untouched. At Morgrim's feet
you might say.
is the completely unconscious, completely fine and unharmed Whistler, who seems very much normal.
Like he lost his pellet and stuff.
Oh.
You kind of already kind of did.
Yeah, I'm not too broken up about that.
For logistics sake, guys, all this means is Morgrim's stats are going to remain the same from when I originally rolled them, but she's now going to be a paladin with Whistler's abilities.
Oh.
Okay.
So
That makes her a lot less powerful. Giving up 7th level spell slots was a bold move.
I have to figure out the logistics, but I'm looking for advice to make this make sense in the storyline, but not be like, oh, she stopped being who she was, and now I'm, 7th level shaman with what level spells of paladin. So I'm looking for help on that, but that's logistically what has occurred.
Multiclass.
Yep, a form of multiclass.
I go up to Whistler and I cast Lesser Restoration to aid his fatigue.
He's just sleeping. He's had a long night. Morgrim will pick him. Actually, would you mind picking up Whistler?
It's awfully heavy.
Yeah. Morgan will pick up the Selkie skins and step out. My friends, thank you. Squaw.
Oh boy.
Here we go again. Waking up at the crack of dawn.
I'll be in an extra dimensional space.
Mind if I join you?
I don't sleep anymore, so.
Oh yeah, I don't sleep.
A lot's changed.
Well,
Shit. There goes the planet.
So, we'll be ending it here, but long story short, if you guys are not at all interested in the interactions with the Selkies and returning them their skins, I'll just do a synopsis. If you are interested in playing that out, I can save that for next time.
Sure.
Okay.
We can play that out. Maybe we'll have a silver for that.
yeah.
Maybe.
That'd be nice.
I
that
would
be
like
nice.
to welcome Morgan back, by in classic Havoc fashion, walking up to her all moody like, and being like, "Now we're even."
So we are.
Yay!
Do you need your stuff?
The boys. Oh yeah, we got all our shit.
We got
It's covered in like, but it's covered in like gestation goo.
We can clean it.
What about Whiskers? Is he just gonna live out his life as a normal dude?
We'll have to figure that out.
I pull out the quill. Done. Send.
Do you
P.S.
include an
nudes.
attachment at least?
Yeah, his penis.
Thanks for joining us on our Odyssey.
Yes. Thank you so much for joining us on
Be
this
sure
part of the
to stay
Odyssey.
inside on Peaches Day.
Yeah, well,
Rape day.
see you again next time.
You just gotta rape more than you gotta save more than you rape.
Oh my goodness.